It's Wednesday. You know what that means. The Subaru Studios is back here once again with our non-stop week-long watch-alongs for all things wrestlers. We bring you tonight our coverage of AEW Dynamite Beach Break from Chicago, Illinois. This is the Subaru Studios, and this is the pre-show. Welcome to the discussion. Hello, everybody, and welcome back here once again to the Simple Rebel Studios. You know what this is? I am, of course, the simple man of the simple brand, forever grateful for all things professional wrestling. Damn it, my name is Noah Foster, and I might be joining Styles here tonight. You know what? That's fine. We all got some excitement for AEW Dynamite. There's some unique stuff ahead on this card. And again, to those that have been tuning in to our watch-alongs, thank you so much for you make this all possible. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tell a friend if you want to dictate the conversation, PayPal the passions, or super chat. It is truly as simple as that. We got a unique card on tap of the knives. We welcome back Chicago's own Skye Blue. We have the AEW World Championship on the line too. We have Zack Gowen versus Ricochet, a decision to come forward for MJF, and we have tag team action with the Owen Filers. Can they coexist against the Don Callis family, and so much more here too. Discussion still out there whether or not we're going to do a Beach Break Collision. And of course, we have the Megan Bane taking on Anna Jay, but we'll talk more about that later. So again, let's go ahead and get right into it and talk about what's ahead tonight. I think it's only fitting that we talk poetically about the homecomer. Returning back to the ring since injury last year, where at one point she was contemplating on retiring. We have this fatal forward for the AEW Women's World Championship. Of course, if the person here wins this match, they would obviously get a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship. It's timeless. Toni Storm waits to see who wins the Owen, who waits for her at All In, but she's not looking to wait till All In to show that she is still the tramp that is the champ for a reason. Timeless, non-stop action ahead. Of course, we have Mina Shirakawa. Yay, Mina. We all want Mina. The newest NW Strong Women's Champion. Of course, in Asume, who, of course, won that at NW Strong's last event, Resurgence. And returning back to the ring, Chicago's own Skye Blue looking to choke a mofo or two out. You all know how this goes. Fair four-way action. First pinfall submission wins this match. Unique thing here is Skye Blue has no history with Mina Shirakawa or Asume during her incredibly young career. However, she has been in the ring with Toni Storm on two previous occasions for the AEW Women's World Championship. And when it comes to these unique single encounters or these homecoming attractions for Skye Blue, she has not lost any of them. She's been in the ring, of course, here with the likes of Queen Amanada and Laney Luck, of course, previously here when returning home to Chicago. And again, if you want to follow along with me on tonight's activities, you can watch the show via TBS or on Max. That's why I'm actually loading up Max as we speak. The thing about this is we got to consider double or nothing. There has to be somebody to challenge the champion, right? So what do you do here? Assuming, of course, who previously faced Toni Storm in one-on-one eliminator action, Mina Shirakawa, who previously faced Toni Storm last year at the Forbidden Door, lest you forget, for the AEW Women's World Championship. Mina now officially All Elite. Asume, of course, still with Stardom. Mina and Sume, of course, have their fallout. It almost makes sense that you think Skye Blue would have to get the win here and would be challenging for the title next ahead of All In. So I think I have to go with Skye Blue here. If nothing else, she has to come out here to impress and show that she still can compete with the best of them, especially after that injury that happened with Hikaru Shida within the span of 3 minutes. Sad state of affairs. But it's great to have Skye Blue back. Of course, AEW original. I almost wonder if Julia Hart might come into play, and Hart and Blue might come together too to once again try and take over AEW, one of the most dynamic female pairings right now in the business. But time will tell, but I'm really looking forward to this. And again, it's hard to beat timeless Toni Storm. She truly has shown that her character, her presentation, and overall her championship runs have been timeless and almost possibly flawless to stop here. And I'm sure she'll have all sorts of innuendos for this unique four-way orgy that I'm sure she's going to say in her own words when it comes to this match later tonight. So we'll see soon enough what's ahead for the AEW Women's World Champion and Skye Blue's homecoming. And of course, Mina and Asume, maybe that could lead to a challenge for the NW Strong Women's Championship. Although Bea Priestley, Top Gaijin, has already called Asume out, saying that she will see her very soon. Could very soon be as soon as Chicago tonight. Time will tell. So, Fett, good to see you. And yeah, I went there. Timeless Toni Storm is not the only one that can talk innuendos, despite the fact that I'm the 33-year-old virgin here at the Super Liable Studios. Single life for life, folks. You'll live better. Just saying. All right. Well, as we move on from there, let's go ahead and talk about this unique attraction, shall we? How tough is a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest? You very might get that answer tonight, as of course Ricochet goes one-on-one. Folks, that's not photo crop. That is indeed the man that Brock Lesnar obliterated back in the early 2000s. Still lives to tell the tale as a father now. That's Zack Gowen. Of course, this picked up when Zack Gowen was with his family in Detroit during this past weekend at the Collision tapings, and Ricochet made it personal, taking his very prosthetic leg backstage with him and eventually giving it back. So here we have Zack Gowen in his first match in what I believe has to be close to 18, 17 years, if that, going one-on-one with the most hated person right now, probably in wrestling, if not AEW, Ricochet. So what can we expect here? Who could show up to Zack Gowen's aid? Will we see Zack Gowen slap the bald head of Ricochet? And will we call that a victory in itself? It's definitely one of those matches that was not on my 2025 wrestling bingo card. But if you look at professional wrestling as of late, kind of been that, to say the least, since the first date. So yeah, and Ricochet right now, who knows what he's trying to gain from this. But would it be an absolute thrill to see Zack Gowen beat Ricochet in some capacity, even in disqualification? Just think about that. And think about the absolute bragging rights that anybody who, of course, has been on Ricochet's bad side can use against him. It almost makes me wonder, with Swerve going buck hunting, of course, and Ricochet and Swerve had that fallout. Mark Briscoe, of course, going to bat against Ricochet and the Bucks. Could we see Mark Briscoe or Swerve Strickland come to Zack Gowen's aid, or the very people that Ricochet faced on Saturday, like AR Fox, for example, or even Kevin Knight? It's a unique thing, to say the least, what could actually happen here during this match. And Wesley, good to see you, saying he wrestled for ICP Juggalo Championship Wrestling. Well, this is definitely going to be a unique wrestling match, to say the least. And we'll find out soon enough if the one and only will show no love, as he usually has done, or Zack Gowen will show him no love back, slap his bald head, and get the win. This definitely is the most unique attraction, to say the least, tonight. And of course, still coming tonight, we'll see if MJF officially gets the 3 thumbs up of confidence to join the Hurt Syndicate, after saying last week to Bobby Lashley, I hurt people after hurting top flights, Dante and Darius Martin, as MJF looks to prove his point towards MVP, why the Hurt Syndicate needs him, and why, in theory, MJF might need the Hurt Syndicate to get back towards what he wants, ultimately, his Triple B. Of course, confronting Will Ospreay and him and Adam Page ahead of the Owens finals, hoping that Heyman chokes and hoping to face Will Ospreay again, proving that he's better than him, as MJF has clear desires to get back the AEW Championship. So you have to ask yourself this: will MJF finally get Bobby Lashley's approval, or is it still more of the same? Will he run his mouth? And will our favorite scumbag finally get hurt at the hands of the Almighty, maybe even before Double or Nothing? It's definitely going to be some unique business to go down here tonight in Chicago. But honestly, I don't think Bobby Lashley is going to give him the thumbs up. I think it's still going to be a thumbs down, if I'm being generally honest with you folks. But what do you think? Do you think that MJF will finally get the vote of confidence? Yes. Will Bobby Lashley say no? Will MJF run his mouth and get hurt? Will someone try to hurt MJF not in the Hurt Syndicate? And where do we go from here with this very compelling storyline, this unique business situation between MVP and MJF? Let your thoughts be known here, as of course we have about 16 minutes left before AEW takes the airways once again. The Wild 2-hour delight, as always, weekly on Wednesday night, whether you're fully into it or not. But I think MJF is facing Bobby Lashley at Double or Nothing, and that might be where he proves that if you can try and hurt me, then maybe, just maybe, you're worthy of being part of the Hurt Syndicate. Either way, I think business is about to pick up here sooner rather than later for this narrative. And speaking of business and Double or Nothing, of course, we also have in tag team action the Don Callis family and our Owen final participants, as him and Adam Page and Will Ospreay will team together to go up against the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita and the new Beverly Pro Wrestling Heavyweight Champion, by the way, Josh Alexander, the Walking Weapon. Of course, this stems from the fact that Will Ospreay beat Konosuke on his way to the finals, while him and Adam Page beat, of course, the Protostar, Kyle Fletcher, to punch his ticket in the finals. 2 men with a common foe, one with a common goal, one looking for redemption, the other one looking for ascension, while the opposite side is looking for devastation and destruction. And of course, we know the history with the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita, particularly with Will Ospreay, but very little history with Josh Alexander, who still is very young in his AEW career. It's one of those things, though, where I feel they have backed themselves up in a corner when you got to consider that the finals have to get the win here because you can't have either one looking weak. And you also want to see him and Page on this redemption arc to try and finally get that victory at Double or Nothing again. But I think you got to go Ospreay and Page here. I guess the only thing I'm wondering is what's next for particularly Josh Alexander, because I know the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita will be challenged defending his numberweight championship against Boltin Oleg here very soon at Dominion. And that's a first shout out there, by the way, Wesley and Safed. Cedric Alexander could absolutely show up. Of course, Cedric Alexander was involved most recently at House of Glory, I believe, challenging Mike Santana for the House of Glory Championship. Congratulations, by the way, to a successful retainment, as well as Indy Hartwell becoming the new House of Glory Women's Champion with the win over Miya Yamashita after the title was vacated by Megan Bayne due to her AEW obligations. But it's one of those things where each man is going to get a filling out process for the other in what they bring, in what they prove, in what maybe who wants it more. Bruv. Cowboy Shiznak or the bruv? You decide. Unfortunately, it means that Konosuke or Josh Alexander is going to eat the L on the other side. And considering Konosuke already lost to Ospreay, but he has a title not with AEW, and Josh Alexander is still very young in his AEW career, coming off a tournament draw with Brody King, I expect Josh Alexander to be the fall guy here in clutch roll again, like him and Page beat him at the Owen on his way to Double or Nothing. I literally could see history repeating itself. It sucks because they're all four incredible athletes, but there has to be a winner and there has to be a loser at the end of the day. And what do you go against? Do you go against the Double or Nothing Owen Hart Championship Tournament finalists? Or the Don Callis family here in this powerful tag team that I wouldn't mind trying to hurt the Hurt Syndicate? It is what it is sometimes, professional wrestling, folks. And of course, speaking of professional wrestling, like I said, we still don't know if we're going to cover Collision. I would love to. But again, so far we know we have Anna Jay versus the Megasis Megan Bayne. It sounds like we might get the grizzled young veterans versus the Paragon, of course, in Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. And it seems fans are picking up when it comes to FTR and Stokely Halfway. And Daniel Garcia and now Nigel McGuinness might be putting the boots back on one more time for tag team action, alongside Daddy Magic Menard. But we'll have to wait and see towards what that might lead to ahead of Double or Nothing, and more particularly Beach Break Collision. And yes, Beach Break Collision will be standard time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time this Saturday night. So if you want to follow it, like, of course I'm going to, then please do. Before I talk about anything further, I just want to give a shout out again to the friends here of the Survivor Studios. And if you are tuning us into us for the first time ever, please subscribe. Don't be a dickhead. Subscribe to Batty for Wrestling. Subscribe to our Canadian friend, Ash, today. You'll find, of course, the links right there. So please follow Ash. Subscribe to Batty for Wrestling today. She's going to pick up soon with AEW reviews and other content, too. And also, please follow, of course, Kazadi Studios, Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. And shout out to the most reliable, the heart and soul, the very man that leads this project more than anyone that I've come to know since rebranding. Of course, Walter Cruz. Take care soon, bro. Hope to see you back here soon once again. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about what we're really about here for, shall we? Because I don't know about you all, but I've heard the whispers. People want to see a change, and we've seen title changes before on these special shows. Whether Chicago, whether Milestone, whether Winter is coming, you name it. But do we see a brand new AEW World Championship? And is his name Samoa Joe? It's Samoa Joe versus Jon Moxley for the first time ever for the AEW World Championship inside a steel cage. Boy. Who is more dangerous? Who wants it more? Who truly deserves to be the face of AEW? Can a mission statement outweigh a legend's career? Where Samoa Joe, of course, freely held this title before, while Jon Moxley's held it 4 times now and has held this title hostage because of his Death Riders since last year's Wrestle Dream giving Bryan Danielson a Warrior's death. It's also one of those things, as we know, the winner of this match most likely will go into Double or Nothing, not only as champion, but probably all in as champion, where him and Rampage and or Will Ospreay will be waiting for them. And of course, to tell the tape, we know the history with him and Rampage and Jon Moxley. It's not the first time or the first rodeo they've collided here in AEW on opposite sides in multi-person warfare. Lest we forget Anarchy in the Arena. Just saying. Blackpool Combat Club. And of course, we also know that Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley have heat in Chicago going all the way back to that controversial finish over the IWGP United States Championship. As of course, Will Ospreay wants to be the man for the first time here in AEW. Him and Adam Page has been the man before, but again, it's a redemption arc. Then you have Samoa Joe, of course, who won this title last year at Dynasty. Who lost it, of course, to Swerve Strickland. But it's one of those things where I really do wonder where you go from here with the Death Riders narrative. If Jon Moxley keeps going with it, do you really hold out for All In? Are people maybe speculating this right when they think that Darby Allin might join his efforts? Is there another Death Rider? And with Little Nightingale, subtle warning of Marina Shafir, who basically has been the absolute protector till death do them part over Jon Moxley's mission statement, you got to imagine that Little Nightingale is going to come into play in this narrative too. Maybe tonight that Shafir should be or will be allegedly locked outside the steel cage. Of course, we know that Katsuyori Shibata and Hook been taken up by the Death Riders, while Samoa Joe got payback, not only with the Ops taking the Trios Championships, but they took out Claudio Castagnoli with that very same steel chair to the ribs maneuver that, of course, the Death Riders have used. So again, in the steel cage, especially here in AEW, it's a lot taller, and there's no ringside area. It completely encloses the ring. You are trapped inside by the ring ropes and the steel around you. And in the few steel cage matches we've seen here in the history of AEW, they've been pretty gnarly. It's also one of those things I don't see any of these men climbing over the top because, of course, here, escape does not mean victory. Escape means nothing. Last time we saw Jon Moxley, though, in the steel cage, he did beat Kenny Omega thanks to the structure breaking and the help of Don Callis. So can history repeat itself? Can Marina Shafir find a way to cut through the steel and protect Jon Moxley at all costs? Will we see Shafir maybe take a muscle buster? Will the Ops and the Death Riders go to war around ringside? Will the Young Bucks and all their whatever they're trying to do in favor of Jon Moxley come to the champion's aid, and will Swerve Strickland once again go buck hunting here? How nut and futz does this match become the night for the AEW World Championship? And what's a war for AEW as we know it? And how does it lead to what I have to imagine is going to be either anarchy in the arena or more likely blood and guts? As, of course, both those things are coming up here very shortly. If I were to pick a winner right now, it's one of those things where I think about Samoa Joe's first run from December to April. You figure about All In is in August. Not a bad time frame, about the same. And do we want to see Samoa Joe main event All In or Jon Moxley? And where it could be Jon Moxley's last ride for all we know. Has this campaign ran its course? He said, trust in us and just enjoy the damn ride. Are you guys tired of the ride? Or are you still buckled up? We'll find out here soon enough as AEW Dynamite will be taking the airways here shortly. If you're on Max, you'll see the feed like I will. It'll go live 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, saying the show will start soon. And then, of course, if you're on TBS watching the last of the Big Bang Theory, you'll, of course, be seeing AEW Dynamite take the airways here very shortly here, too. But that is the official card for tonight's AEW Dynamite Breach Break. So what are you folks most looking forward to? What else do you think goes down? Does somebody show up or return? Do we get further narrative on Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale? Do we get more regarding Speedball Mike Bailey and Roosh and Kevin Knight? What do you guys want to see made for Collision? What else do you want to see made official for Double or Nothing? Considering right now, we only have 2 official matches. And of course, the other official match, the women's Owen, Jamie Hayter versus Mercedes Moné. Of course, Moné finally lost one of her first titles. Yes! And of course, Jamie Hayter, I'm a hater, looking to literally take the head off the CEO at Double or Nothing. After getting stretched out last week on Wednesday, though, you wonder should be looking for payback or just be recuperating. And will we hear from Monet or Jamie Hayter at all tonight as well? A lot of questions, not really any answers. Will we feel the wrath of Harley Cameron? As, of course, the AEW Women's Division, one of the most unique divisions there is, so they just can peak on their potential. This is going to be one of the best women's divisions as we know it. Well, all those questions and so much more will be answered here shortly as we get ready for AEW Dynamite Beach Break. That being said, grab a drink, get yourself comfortable, enjoy the ride as I take you through it tonight, solo it looks like. And until then, let's just have a fun, positive time tonight with tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. As we get ready to go here shortly, I want you to take a look at this trailer while I may be a little bit outdated. See what else the Simple Album Studios has in store for you very shortly.
And now for a taste of things to come.
truly we encompass here at the Super Level Studios. As you saw in that trailer, where so much more was added, and a newer trailer will be shown here very shortly too. Prior to this weekend during the shenanigans, I'll be asleep during that. We truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, engage, enjoy, comment, watch along, and react to all the wrestling. Speaking of all the wrestling, stay tuned for more GCW watch alongs this week, particularly. And of course, you'll find me later on down the line with City Predicting. There'll be City Predicting, of course, for AEW Double or Nothing and NXT Battlegrounds, as both those leagues continuing as I continue to host the City Predicting Prediction Leagues, as we look at all things WWE, NXT, AEW, ROH, and TNA. And again, stay tuned for those updated scores. They'll be out later this week on my social medias. You want to further engage with me and Foster9016 on the social medias, YouTube and X. X going to give it to you. And of course, again, like I said, please subscribe to keep in tune with everything we do here. Subscribe to all my friends. Subscribe. All right, as we get our Zen order here, if anyone has any last-minute questions, predictions, thoughts, or premonitions, I'm all ears, because just like Resurgence, you guys are in the color seat tonight. You're part of the commentary, so let's have some fun, and let's get your takes, and let's engage tonight with AEW Dynamite Beach Break, and have a good fucking time. And please stay tuned for Bosman Aaron Riffs, no DQ. After Beach Break concludes, he, of course, will do his weekly Dynamite review. Speaking of reviews, if you didn't already, go check out yesterday's No DQ review. And stay tuned for a new project I guess he's got brewing, as well as further continued coverage and updates and all the reported news you need to see or read or hear, and columns too, and opinions, courtesy of NoDQ.com. All right, well, we're just a little bit under 2 minutes away. As Max is telling me now, the event is starting soon. Este evento comenzará pronto. Este evento va comenzar en breve. And no, I'm not Espanol. I'm actually don't know fully what I am. My mom was born in Germany, but she's also Italian, so I love Italian foods. That's kind of my roots. Native American, African American, Indian. I'm a melting pot, but at the end of the day, I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it. And of course, we'll be covering Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, Depth Before Dishonor. There's the AEW Summer Blockbuster. There's Worlds Collide, Money in the Bank, possibly Dominion. So stay tuned for more on that as we keep incorporating so much more wrestling. I hope that we do maybe a Stardom and WA or Pro Wrestling Eve show here very soon, or Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Again, stay tuned. That's all I got to say about that. And Max will soon be HBO Max again. That don't surprise me. I think people are already confused enough by the name as it is. But hey, take it to the max, right? All the content you need. Sports, drama, movies, etc. But still, fuck streaming. I'm not going to change my stance on that. And I got to say, with AEW and these unique venues, it does bring out more personality, I think, to professional wrestling. That makes it more engaging. It doesn't feel like the same thing I watch every week that almost feels like a reality. Personality in the business is not a bad thing. You don't have to be the best or copy the best player. You just have to stand out, be your own, be honest, and remind people why we should have a feeling towards what you bring forward. And I think AEW's done a lot with that, particularly this year with the reformatting of their shows, from the presentation to the booking. Again, they're still jury's out on some things, but at the end of the day, wrestling is always going to be questionable. But that's why it's a never-ending thrill ride, even if you think the ride's kind of lame or you're stuck at the top like a roller coaster. I wonder what they're going to kick off with. If it was me, I probably would kick off with Sky Blue's Homecoming, while the audience is at the most hot. I definitely don't want to see it in the usual spot, but I could see them actually kicking off with the tag match, honestly, that previews the Double or Nothing finalists. So we will find out here shortly. And for those that are tuning in for the first time, yes, I truly am a simple man. I engage and love the storytelling of wrestling. I always wear suits. It's just as simple as that. I'm business casual, 24/7, 65 all the time, outside sleeping. As, of course, the brand new AEW Dynamite theme plays, as we heard last week, which means there's only one thing to do, let the fuse be in the boom, because, folks, as Sting would say, it's showtime. I love this theme. And, of course, all the people here at AEW Incorporated. It's Wednesday! You know what that means! AEW Dynamite Beach Break is live and on the air from Chicago, Illinois, and the Cinema Studios is bringing you coverage of it too. Welcome to AEW. Hello, everybody, and welcome back here once again to Super Level Studios. You just now literally clicked and tuned in as I see Charles just there in the chat. Good to see you, bro. Hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday Eve, and thank you for tuning in tonight for our coverage of All Elite Wrestling. This is Beach Break. Thank you again. Please like, subscribe, comment, tell friends. We get action underway. We got a homecoming. We got a championship match. And we're about to elevate this shit. Cover Kivens off with the tag match. Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page versus the Don Callis family. And Charles, it looks like it is indeed just means we go to the Dapper Yapper, Justin Roberts. And if King, if you're watching, bro, friggin' join the chat, man. All right, folks, let your predictions be known. Who you got winning this match? Who eats the fall? Who gets the pin? Of course, our 2025 Owen Hart Foundation Tournament finalists from the left side of the bracket beat the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita to punch his ticket to Double or Nothing. As Will Ospreay said again, this is his ascension, and he might be only 2 major wins away from finally becoming the AEW World Champion. First time ever we're going to see Hangman Adam Page and Will Ospreay team tonight, and the first time ever we'll see Hangman Adam Page and Will Ospreay go one-on-one. Double or Nothing, live on pay-per-view 1 week from Sunday. We will be covering that, folks, here too. Double or Nothing on pay-per-view. It will be May 25th. Listen to that place! Now, ruckus capacity crowd on hand. Yeah, Riccaboni back in the driver's seat, of course, as Ring of Honor starts their Ring of Honor Women's Pure Division. And Charles here with the thought that Josh is getting pinned by Hangman Adam Page. Clutch roll-up or actually a buckshot lariat. Let's not forget, Hangman Adam Page beat Josh Alexander with an inside cradle to punch his ticket to the ON semifinals, and then beat Kyle Fletcher to make his way to the finals. Oh boy. And Cowboy Shiznak is rocking into Chicago. Still coming out of the left tunnel. So again, is he heel? Is he face? You tell me. Oh boy. Feels like all the tension right now in this one-horse town is on Hangman Adam Page's shoulders for tonight. Again, Hangman Adam Page knows what it means to be the AEW World Champion. Oh, look at that. Signing a kid's shirt in the front row. Definitely some tension here, as of course both these men with the same desire to become the AEW World Champion, while Hangman Adam Page is on this arc of redemption. It's a very formidable team that they got to face tonight. Shout out to the person wearing the Neo Genesis shirt. Of course, Asume will be competing here later. All right, well, here comes the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita, the current NJPW never overweight champion, by the way. Still never overweight champion. The most successful overweight champion in NJPW history, but the most consecutive defenses. And it's currently 3-0 in tag team action here in AEW. Scored by Don Callis, that friggin' bald-headed plague. Of course, alongside the Walking Women, Josh Alexander, the new Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling champion, who won that Saturday night in that 20-man gauntlet for gold, beating Matt Cardona in the finals. And if you haven't watched Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, folks, highly encourage you to. Of course, literally right now, led by Scott D'Amore. Commentary has included Marinello and Don Callis, and also the lovely Veda Scott. We've seen crossovers from other promotions, including Speedball Mike Bailey, Michael Oku, Kato Miyamiya, Sheldon Jean, just to name a few. Darren G, good to see you indeed. Let's freaking go, my friends. This is AEW Dynamite Beach Break. This is our first match. To see tonight, of course, how well Konosuke and Josh Alexander continue to coexist, or will they butt heads, and will that be the downfall of these two? Miscommunication might be the tail of this match. And, of course, Don Callis on commentary. Oh, boy. And before I begin, and now, he is the heart and soul of the Super Labo Studios. He has been gone for a little while, but he will give you what you need to feel good from Cal Fire Farms. He knows all the mamacitas. He may still be from Connecticut. I am not sure. Please welcome back Mr. Reliable himself, Walter Cruz. And far too fucking long from what the hell where have you been?
What?
Again, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right. I'm hanging in there. I had some medical issues, but time to get into AEW. There was no way I could let you Joey Styles that when I saw you were by yourself.
What are you talking about? I'm Joey Styles it before, but hell, it makes it twice the fun that you're back here in the hot seat again. And they got three of tag team action. We're tag teaming tonight. As of course, Konosuke, here's the cover. Gets a 1 count. Still to come tonight, we got Bobby Lashley giving a decision for MJF. Fatal 4-way eliminator for the AEW Women's World Championship opportunity. And of course, the steel cage match. And we're also going to hear from Nigel McGuinness. But you know me, bro. 24/7, 365. I may not be Mr. Reliable, but I'm always here. I got your back all the time. But it is so good to have you freaking back. Indeed, the boys are back in town again on the YouTube screen. Walter Cruz in the fucking building. And shout out to Big Baller G, who's always happy to be here too. But yeah, seriously, man, it's good to have you back here, and I hope that you've been catching up a little bit of AEW. So why don't we go ahead and talk a little bit about this match from Colin Elataya. You've been following the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament Finals. Of course, we covered that Double or Nothing. Heb Man Page, Will Ospreay, first time coexisting. Two men, very unique mindset. One for redemption, one for ascension. So who do you think the pressure's more on here out of those two? Will Ospreay.
Adam. I think the pressure's more on Adam Hangman Page because he's on the redemption arc. I mean, he even what did he say to the fans? He said, "Why are you even cheering?" He's not even sure why he's being cheered. So so it's like he needs a redemption arc to fully, come back from everything he's done. Even though he doesn't feel bad at all for what he did, but he said he had to do what he had to do. Which was like a weird backwards apology to Swerve, but I think the pressure's more on Adam Hangman Page because he hasn't had the title in what is it, 2 years?
Yeah, the last time, of course,
something like that, right?
Yeah, I'm about to say, remember when he won the oh my God, Kano's gonna drop that knee across Ospreay's jaw. Last time he won the title was at Double or Nothing against CM Punk. 2 years ago, Double or Nothing 2023. To your point,
so yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while. And right now, Bryce Rensburg trying to
hold
him
and then
off.
The fact that Josh Alexander is a newcomer, they need a line of defense. So Will Ospreay and Hangman are forced to be together now because you don't want to give Don Callis' family any momentum.
I mean, Don Callis, in his own words, thinks his family's stronger than ever since the addition of Roppongi Revice, Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta back, and of course, Josh Alexander to your point. And Josh Alexander and Konosuke Takeshita, they're undefeated as a tag team so far, 3-0. Ospreay hoisted it up, and Konosuke on the side headlock, driving the elbows to the back of the Alpha's head. Oy! And an elbow to the spine. Ospreay rebound off the ropes. Shot to the lower kidney area there. And Ospreay up and around. Take over to Harris. Takes Konosuke down. Now looking to make the tag.
Ospreay is never out of it. No matter what you do, this man finds a way to reverse.
Yeah, about to say, Will Ospreay can pull offense out of anywhere, but him and Adam Page, he could pull that anger out of any corner, including a ridiculous lariat. Swinging a miss by Alpha Konosuke, caught by him and Adam Page with a faraway throw, and it kept up. This
dude has clubs for arms. He just clubbed Alexander with that clothesline.
I feel like, honestly, Heyman Adam Page has some of the heaviest, almost lost his foot in there, has some of the heaviest hitting lariats in the business. That's saying some of the likes of Shingo Takagi and Kazuchika Okada. Nice moonsault off the apron to the floor, wipes out Josh Alexander. And, of course, the Alpha Konosuke throws a mean lariat, too.
Don't underestimate.
Cover! Two! No!
Don't underestimate his agility either. He's 6'7", 6'8", and look at how he just did a standing moonsault off the apron.
Let's keep in mind, Cody Rhodes was the man that literally put Heyman and Page on that pedestal of gifted talent. Let's forget their time in Bullet Club, clubbing lariat by him in the corner of the Alpha Konosuke, and the snap mayor up the lariat. Now off the rails, looking for the sliding lariat. Konosuke stuffs out of the way. Big elbow point, though, by Konosuke, and the Hangman squaring up with the Alpha.
Konosuke was playing possum there. I thought he was kind of out of it on the ground.
Well, again, it's one of those things where Don Callis teaches you underhanded tactics. Was looking for the discus, kicked off by Heyman once again. Heyman's strength coming into play. Looking for a tombstone, but Konosuke looking to reverse it though. Can he hoist Heyman up? Heyman trying to kick out of it. And Heyman again able to escape.
We talked about Heyman's strength. Let's not underestimate Takeshi's strength either.
As he got set with a power bomb, kick out at two.
Takeshi's got it all: speed, power, agility. Takeshi's an all-around wrestler. That's if you want to know what it is to be a pro wrestler, follow him.
That's a good point, considering, again, the Alpha, 28 years of age with so much potential, is already working 3 promotions this year, TV Pro, NJPW, and AEW, as a tag mate with Osperay. A little pressure right now maybe felt by Heyman, where he knows that it's not about me winning, it's about me beating Ospreay at Double or Nothing, but I gotta get through the night. Running shooting star by Ospreay, cover on Konosuke, kick out at 2.
That standing moonsault is ridiculous.
And we talked about before.
Or shooting stars, I should say standing shooting stars press, not moonsault.
Welcome back, brother. I see you still speaking typo and misinterpreted moves, but man, I miss you. Not the sharp drop, Konosuke there.
Wow, Konosuke getting chopped. He's usually the one delivering the chops.
I mean, again, he's been on receiving end of both offense and defense, especially being a reigning, defending, never openweight champion.
I'm still not used to seeing Josh Alexander in AEW.
Right? And again, congratulations to Josh Alexander, the new Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling champion. Won that on Saturday in the Gauntlet for the Gold, beating Matt Cardona. They were the last two. Blind tag. Oh, wait a minute. Konosuke caught by Josh and up and over the floor was Ospreay.
That was smart.
Josh. Plumbing shot to the back of the head by Konosuke to Heyman. And it's a catch by Alexander. Take control of the match. Oh, man.
And to think this man had a career-threatening neck injury where we thought years ago he wouldn't even be able to return to the ring. And here he is in 2025 in AEW.
And him and Konosuke have turned this match completely around. The Tope Suicida. And Heyman and Will Ospreay bounce back in there. Stay tuned, folks. We are on Max and we have full commercials, so don't go anywhere. Fuck television.
I'll never forget when he turned in that title when his son was in the ring and didn't want to give it up. Like, to think that this man is in AEW when we thought he might not even step in the ring again.
That's one of the most emotional moments, in my opinion, of my entire fandom. And as we got a moment to breathe, because Max, again, doesn't get picture-in-picture, but I think it does add a little bit more to the natural wrestling experience. We wonder what the hell is happening and talk more about the men themselves. Of course, you talk about Josh Alexander. Currently, Josh Alexander, outside him and Adam Page, he has not been pinned beyond that. We saw him on Collision this past weekend go to a 20-minute belter draw with Brody King. So, again, you also wonder if that's in Josh Alexander's head.
Probably. But I don't know. I don't know, because Josh Alexander knows how to focus. He is dangerous when he's focused, too.
Yeah, true that. The longest reigning, of course, TNA world champion in the company's history, lest we forget. And also, yeah, how naive of me. Of course, it's been mentioned, but yes, to the entire family affected by the passing of the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying maniac of ECW, Sabu. Prayers and condolences go out to you, and we thank all of you, of course, for sending your well wishes to those that are affected by the passing of Sabu. Now jumping off chairs in heaven. Thank you to you, _York, _state, _of, _mine, for that reminder as well.
Yeah, he will be missed. A legend that is affecting every company. I like how every company, no matter who he's associated with, is doing tributes to him.
Well, pretty much it was the same thing for Jay Briscoe. You got to consider the impact of that individual on the business, even if he wasn't necessarily involved in every company imaginable. Who wasn't inspired by the likes of Sabu to go to death-defying heights or throw a chair in someone's face?
I don't think Moxley would go to the extreme measures he goes to if it wasn't for Sabu.
That's a fair shout-out, despite the fact he was trained by Cody Hawk and has survived nightmarish encounters with El Desperado, Minoru Suzuki, and freaking Sami Callihan, while they call themselves the Switchblades, lest we forget.
There would be no hardcore division without him. All right, do you have picture-in-picture or no?
No, I have Max now, so I have a full commercials. I just use this to kind of bring people up to date and just freelance, so it's all good. But yeah,
Picture because I'm watching on the regular TV.
Nice. Well, hey, that's a different perspective then. I like that. But again, man, I'm glad that you're doing okay. Better state of mind. I hope you're better mentally, mentally, and physically, and emotionally, and spiritually. And it's good to have you back here at the Simple Alpha Studios, where you belong, engaging in wrestling for the love of the business and passion keeps us going.
Yeah, good to be back. I still got one more thing to do tomorrow with it. What do you call that?
And like I said on Saturday, how I've been learning to take it easy because, again, I don't have to do everything. So I'm finally learning what that means. And my body's telling me that. I have a CT scan on Friday, so we'll see what that means when it comes to
I have
I
have an echocardiogram tomorrow.
Oh, you have one of those? Yeah, I remember that. You gotta lay on your side for like an hour like that and make
sure one of the ventricles in my heart isn't pumping to its full potential, so
that's exactly my thing. I think similar too. And yeah, no kidding. I'm not ranting. I'm in a good mood. And I'm back here on AEW Dynamite with all of you and Walter. No ranting, at least not for free.
Oh! SmackDown needs to move to yeah. He's
not wrong though. It's the worst commercial filled product on television right now.
I don't know how cable still survives. Like I swear, most people only.
Go ahead.
Most people only have it because they bundle it with the internet. That's what I feel like.
You know what? Look, they still say that's a cheaper way to go. I just say go with a streaming service and go with the streaming service that gives you more bang for your buck because streaming services, even combined, is going to be cheaper than a cable internet bill combined. Just saying.
Some conglomerate needs to come out and just do a charge to all the streaming. You can have it all on one card instead of separately and see what you can do.
I don't think the world can handle that, especially when their Surfshark allows you to look at the world's surfaces for a small discount price. How do you think I keep up with British game shows and other forms of television? Angle Out by Josh Alexander applied to Hangman Page in the middle of the ring here.
The sweep that he did to get Hangman down, it was ridiculous.
And we talked about, again, the amateur background of Josh Alexander. You said yourself, man that literally had his ear removed from his head, surgically repaired. 2017. Oh man, crashing the Alpha, Tommy Osperay.
Did he just headbutt Takeshita by accident?
That's exactly what happened. That was an inadvertent headbutt, and right now Josh and Ospreay in the ring for the first time ever. At least here in AEW, lest we forget.
Okay.
Will Ospreay face Josh Alexander in the early days of the rebirth of TNA? And now Ospreay off the ropes, swinging a miss, and spring Pele kick.
Double Pele.
2-for-1 special. Oh! And twisted ground and both on at 2 counts.
I'm surprised Konosuke was able to get up after being headbutt by Alexander's dome. That's a big head, man.
He is disciplined in Japanese arts. Let's not forget 5-time KOD champion DDT Pro. Josh grabbing the waist, though. Back elbow strike. Izaguri. Ross Josh Alexander to the outside. Konosuke, though, meets with the boot. Now Ospreay and Konosuke of the rivalry that these two have had. The Hey Man might be coming Ospreay's aid. The Hey Man, wow, man, wipes out Konosuke.
Oh, look out. Oh, whoo. For some reason, I thought Hangman was going to miss and hit Will Ospreay. I thought that's what they were about to do.
Right now, it looks like Heyman and Ospreay might have the same idea here. Both men's respective corners. Uh-oh. And Skye Twister by Ospreay.
Okay, I thought they were going to time it at the same time, but I guess it was what you can do, I can do better.
Exactly, and I told you it was going to be a story of that with a phenomenal forearm by Ospreay connects. Cover on Josh to win this match. Kick out at 2.
Imagine this inexperienced opponents forced to be tag team are the ones to put the first defeat in the Don Callis family's new team. Like, jeez.
I'm about to say, despite this new team's genesis literally being their beginning right now as a duo, Josh Alexander and Konosuke still very young as a duo themselves. Again, only 3 times as a tag team, and Josh Alexander previously faced Konosuke one-on-one at Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. Ospreay and Josh right now just squaring off. Elbow strikes delivered here. Grit your teeth. Could be a knockout here in a second, Walter. Ooh.
Ospreay's fired up.
Ospreay again with the knife edge chop rocks Alexander towards the ropes. The iron will of the walking weapon, though. Handspring, corkscrew, caught up in the fireman's carry, Argentine position. Oh, man!
Damn!
Ospreay down off the release, Thunderbomb, kick out at 2. Whoa!
Jeez, he propelled him half across the ring.
Take a look at the replay to your point. The handspring caught up in the Argentine and almost a release Blue Thunder Bomb.
Yeah, I don't know how Will Ospreay kicked out of that.
And about to say, sheer will of the All Elite Bruv that we come to know him as is right in the Don Callis family. He's double teaming him. Ospreay finally back against Konosuke though, and Josh. There's the boot. Now a big elbow to Konosuke. And it's world class.
There's also the added motivation that Hangman nor Will want to be the one to lose for their team going into their Double or Nothing fight.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. And right now, oh man, drop down with the brain buster. Now Konosuke with the cover on Ospreay and Hangman with the save.
I'm actually surprised Hangman saved him.
Well, like you said, at the end of the day, Heyman Page doesn't want Ospreay to go in weak either. You can say what you want about Heyman's delusional mindset at times. Oh, it's an elbow. But Heyman will still beat you at your best. And again,
that's
turn
true.
Inside out with the suplex. Right hard on his torso. Ospreay still legal, by the way. Another kick in the corner. Release German suplex by Konosuke. Immediately into Josh Alexander, who follows up his own German suplex and maintains waist control. Ripcord elbow back in front. Covered by Konosuke on Ospreay.
It's over. What the hell?
You were saying?
Come on now. Ospreay is not freaking Superman to be kicking out of every little...
Are you sure about that? You realize this man survived hell with the freaking war dogs inside a steel cage for 63 minutes and has wins over the likes of Konosuke Takeshita, Bryan Danielson, and Kazuchika Okada. I'm just saying.
Yeah, look at the wins he got in this tournament alone.
Yeah, about to say, again, Kyle Fletcher. Whoa, Poison Rana! Konosuke, though, to the top rope. Ospreay gets out of the way, though. Might have tweaked the knee there. Now Ospreay up the second. Oscutter! And Josh Alexander, swing and miss, and Ospreay catches Josh with an Oscutter! Josh still legal. Ospreay with the cover. Hook the near leg. Kick out at 2.
God damn it. Nobody wants to lose.
It's our opening match with so much on the line. And right now, Ospreay might be looking to sink the blade inside Josh Heyman with the blind tag.
Yep, here we go. This is the ascension right here, Noah.
And this is also Heyman and Page's ego getting the better of him. Been a tremendous team effort. Ospreay, though, watch out. Running boot takes Konosuke down. Meanwhile, Heyman and Page. But whoa!
That's what I was waiting for. I knew they were going to miscommunicate and hit each other.
Meeting of the heads. Ospreay lands on his feet up the German suplex, though. Now Josh hit a blade.
Whoa! Whoa! Inches, centimeters.
Both men nearly with the kill shot against each other. The push finishing move. Konosuke swinging and miss to Heyman. Heyman winds out Konosuke with an elbow. Josh and Will Ospreay still legal. Straight right. Now looking possibly for the C4 spike. Ospreay countered. Arm ringer. Sending to Heyman. Big boot. Hook kick. And Ospreay and Heyman isolating Josh Alexander here. Wait, what is this? Page. Oh, wow! Buckshot hidden blade cover! Josh is done it out!
Dude, and not only just the regular hidden blade. Look at Will Ospreay's elbow pad. It's like extra thick because of I don't know if it's covering an injury or something, but that pad looks almost loaded.
About to say, the freaking swelling on the elbow probably, and the tightness, kind of like what Toni G does with his right arm for the most stiffest shots he can deliver with his right arm with those lariats, as Bryce Remsburg hoists the hands of both Will Ospreay and Heyman Page. But that will not be the story come Double or Nothing in our own Heart Foundation Tournament men's finals match. What's Konosuke? Oh, man!
Needed a back.
About to say, again, needed the back once again to Heyman and Will Ospreay, and Heyman's heads collide as they might be looking to literally destroy these men before they have a chance to compete at Double or Nothing. They're literally compromising this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
It's a valiant effort, by the way, too. This is a hell of a tag match, though, but this is just unnecessary.
Ooh.
Knife edge chop. Josh and Konosuke right now wearing down Will Ospreay. Ospreay up the ropes. Oh, and hit him blade to Josh! And a snap dragon to Konosuke! And Ospreay, oh no! Just right.
There we go, there we go. I don't think he realized that was Hangman. I gotta be honest, I don't think he realized that was him.
I agree. He was in fight mode. And again, Don Callis trying to stir the pot here. Well, either way, Heyman and Page can hit Will Ospreay all he wants when the bell rings at Double or Nothing 1 week from Sunday. One of these men is going all in. Ascension versus Redemption. Who gets what they most desire?
Who gets the tournament title?
And that, again, the jury is out there, man. Him and Adam Page, day one, Double or Nothing. He was involved when that championship was presented. Will Ospreay has been looking to be the guy in AEW. And speaking of the title, still to come tonight, our AEW World Champion Steel Cage match. Jon Moxley defends against Samoa Joe. Man,
Samoa Joe.
Situation.
Isn't he the one that took the title off of Moxley the last time?
I'm about to say the last time that Jon Moxley, I believe, lost the championship, if we look at his previous runs, I believe the first run he lost to Kenny Omega, and then another run where he was basically the light out of the darkness of this company. He, of course, lost it to CM Punk, and he lost to MJF.
Oh, okay.
As we look
Joe beat MJF. All right.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, Marina Shafir, the most lethal Death Rider, has been literally going to bat to Jon Moxley as if death is on the doorstep. I feel like he's gotta be injured at this point after what happened. I mean, just saying.
I assume.
Of course, Katsuyori Shibata was also injured by Claudio Castagnoli. Jon Moxley saying, I assume we already were in a firefight. As we saw this past week, that the Ops got the better of Claudio Castagnoli, bringing his ribs across the steel chair.
Well, we got to see if it's by hook or by crook if Joe can become a 2-time AEW World Champion.
And if that steel cage truly leaves the Death Riders and everyone else out as we know it, 2 men will go inside, 1 man will leave with the prize. Jon Moxley, Samoa Joe, first time ever one-on-one matchup. And it's for the AEW World Championship inside a steel cage.
God, 2 gorillas in a damn cage.
As we got Alicia Toot backstage with Top Flight, who was hurt last week by MJF, and Layla Gray.
Yeah, he said we hurt people. MJF was trying to prove his point to the Hurt Business. Or the Hurt Syndicate.
Okay, Dante Martin's pissed off and fired up. And the Top Flight did call out the Hurt Syndicate, so I still wanted the Hurt Syndicate wants to do business with these 2 men.
We still got to find out Bobby Lashley he's the last line of defense, whether he gives MJF the thumbs up or down.
Well, do you think that Bobby Lashley was impressed last week? And speaking of impressed, how about impressive is the passion still going of Dustin Rhodes, who's still Ring of Honor 6-man and tag team champion.
Dude, look at the shape that man is in.
At 53 years of age, by the way.
Him and Adam Copeland showing that age, it really is just a number.
Yeah, well, what sort of number do you put against Ricochet's name when it comes to the quality of a competitor that he is in the ring versus the quality of human being he has been?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, anyway, that being said...
The man's married Samantha Irvin. I can't talk too much junk about him.
Well, that's up to you. But here comes Ricochet with Zack Gowen's prosthetic leg. Because yes, folks, believe it or not, and Walter, what a night you came back. It's time for Ricochet versus Zack Gowen. Why do I feel like this is not going to be what the marquee says?
I don't know. Is Zack Gowen going to look over his shoulder to make sure Brock Lesnar is nowhere to be found?
If Brock Lesnar shows up, the internet's going to break, dude. Don't put that out.
No, I'm just saying, you know how he was, Zack Gowen and Brock Lesnar, man.
Of course, I remember 2003. You kidding me? The fact we're talking about Zack Gowen and professional wrestling the same since 2025 is still unbelievable.
I honestly didn't know he was still active. I'm not going to lie.
Me neither.
Maybe he wasn't and he just started coming back and got the itch or something.
You know, sometimes a wrestler takes an indefinite hiatus, but somehow a feeling's restored in them to come back for one more run, one more hurrah, one more match. But again, how tough is a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest? Enters Zack
I was just thinking that. So we might find out the answer to that old cliche.
Detroit, Michigan's own, hobbling on one leg and 2 crutches, the groundbreaking one-legged pro wrestler, Zack Gowen. I cannot believe I'm fucking calling a Zack Gowen match. The fuck is my life?
Why? That's Ricochet. What a dick that he's walking around with this man's prosthetic legs.
Well, again, Ricochet has stooped to any level to make sure he's part of the conversation. That's one thing you can say about him. As you see Zack Gowen embracing his family at ringside.
Man. He must have been a baby in 03 because he still look young, but you can tell he aged a little bit.
Yeah, probably early 30s if I had to guess.
Mm-hmm.
23-year veteran of the game, if that tells you anything, Walter.
Good for him, not letting a disability exclude him from doing what he wants. Just like Mal Bourne said, he wants to be known for his ability, not disability.
Amen to that. Of course, Taz was there in the commentary booth when Zack Gowen started.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a real moment for Taz here calling the Zack Gowen match as well. Referee Rick Knox for this contest.
I still can't believe 23-year veteran.
The bell rings, are underway. You heard me right, folks. Zack Gowen is facing Ricochet. I mean, about to say, a man that's been through so much since he was a little kid, finding confidence and encouragement in professional wrestling.
Ricochet showboating that he has 2 legs. What a dick.
I mean, who hasn't done that against this man? Even Brock Lesnar did that, for being perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm. The hell is that? Ooh, wants to take it to amateur wrestling.
Yeah, if I was looking for either a single leg takedown, he's trying to draw Ricochet down to the mat, and I wonder if that would play to his advantage. Comes out, what?
Hey, never underestimate your opponent.
And a little posture to your point might give Zack Gowen some leverage here against Ricochet. Catch Ricochet off for an unexpected angle.
This is different.
Well, I mean, we're watching a one-legged man wrestle. Of course it's different.
This is...
Wow.
You know what's funny? John Jones did that when he was wrestling. He started a fight on the ground. His opponent didn't know what the hell to do with it. He was like, why are you down? And the ref said, stop the horse shit and get up.
Now a sweep of the leg. Ricochet caught with a single leg kick for the ropes. And now Zack Gowen up and over with the plancha.
Hey man, we saw a couple of weeks ago. We saw TLC a prosthetic leg being used, so maybe AEW's got a prosthetic leg gonna get used later.
Possibly, maybe a fan will assist Zack Gowen here, but honestly, Zack Gowen might not need assist. We're watching Zack Gowen wrestle. I just want to put that out there. We are watching Zack Gowen wrestle and pat Ricochet's bald head as he should. Damn it!
He smacked it too.
I mean, who hasn't smacked his bald head? I'm just saying. Oh, God! Driving Gowen into the barricade.
I think the fun and games are over now.
Yeah, that might be the advantage that Ricochet needed. As this match continues, Ricochet versus Zack Gowen here on AEW Dynamite Beach Break on TBS and Max. Stay tuned as I got full commercial, fuck television. I'm still flabbergasted that the man who was obliterated by Brock Lesnar is here in 2025, not only still leading wrestling, but wrestling himself. And now we're seeing the man wrestle on AEW. The hell?
Ridiculous. Ricochet, leave his son alone. He keeps messing with his son.
I mean, again, Ricochet don't give a damn who you are. He will make it personal with anybody, in or out of the internet. Just saying, he literally has become bald-headed moron.
Okay.
He's more impulsive than the freaking All-American advertisement I'm seeing on Max. How's that for a damn segue?
Ricochet went for a figure 4, but when he crossed that guy's leg, there's no other leg. He picked up a stump and he doesn't know what to do.
Fucking idiot. That was brilliant.
Zack able to roll him up for that position. 1, 2, kick out.
I mean, hey, you can still get a man with a single leg roll up, I guess. You know, I mean,
this is hilarious. Ricochet's an idiot.
The matchbook cover works, Walter. You got an upper body. A matchbook cover can still work.
Oh my God, Ricochet's an idiot for that.
That's hilarious. And Matthew, good to see Matthew here. Always great friend of No DQ. Team No DQ. Ricochet getting clowned by a one-legged man. This is why I can never be taken seriously.
Snap suplex by Ricochet. Now he's climbing the rope.
About to say, when was Ricochet taken seriously? Since New Japan Pro Wrestling, I'm just saying.
He should be back because this just went full screen.
Yep, as we are back here to Dynamite, Ricochet up to the top rope to your point. Zack Gowen in the drop zone. Right now, Ricochet looking possibly for a big 450. Whoa, and Gowen goes out of the way. Able to avoid it. And Gowen now finding his way to the ropes. And low bridges Ricochet on the outside.
It's
and
wrestling
right
in
now,
2025.
I'm about to say, Zack Gowen in 2025. Not on my wrestling bingo card. And Ricochet right now finds Zack Gowen. Oh!
Ow!
Taz said it better than me. Yambag Yahtzee literally springing off the ropes.
Every man around the that's watching just had the same reaction.
You think? And Gowen up to the second rope now on one leg. Taking a Ricochet, taking him down with a DDT. Or Ricochet.
Oh, he could have turned that into a guillotine.
I don't think he had a good position there to trap the head of Ricochet, let alone the base to bring him down, though, Walter. But still, would have probably been a better maneuver to go for.
Yeah, you can't do it because you need the ground leverage. You need that other leg. Sorry to say.
I mean, about to say, it doesn't take a Dr. Seuss book to tell you that. Now, Ricochet, ringboard, 450 connects! And Ricochet, hook of the way! Kick out two by Zack Gowen.
Dang it.
You said before many times, Walter, there's one thing you can't measure in this business, and that's heart. I don't think there's a bigger heart right now than a one-legged man that still competes at this level in wrestling.
Oh, no. Heart's immeasurable.
Once again, up to the top rope, measuring Zack Gowen. Shooting star press! Cover! Two! No!
What do you think Ricochet's thinking? The fact that he can't put this man away?
I think he realizes now that maybe he should see the error of his way, especially if he loses here. Oh, God, vertigo! Could be it! Here for Gowen! Kick out 2.5!
There's the heart we talked about.
There you go, Zack!
Ricochet's got to be thinking, what the hell do I got to do?
Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar counted this man out in 2003. Do not count out Zack Gowen in 2025.
Whoa. What is Ricochet going for?
That's those freaking scissors, man. I think he's about to pull off a freaking murder scene here. And right in front of the referee, I think we just threw sportsmanship out the window. And Freddie McNox grabbing the scissors away from Ricochet here.
There's the prosthetic leg. I called it.
About to say, Zack Gowen's got the leg. Oh, he just put Ricochet in the head!
There he goes. He hit him with it.
Count it, 1, 2, Zack Gowen, 2! Oh, God!
Oh, damn it. Ricochet kicked out. I knew that prosthetic leg was going to come into play.
Oh, that was so damn close.
Oh, my God.
Now, Gowen, you are not going for a top rope maneuver, are you?
I think so.
There's
He's going to
no
hop
way.
his way up there.
There's
Be careful.
No way.
His leg is still there. You got to be careful. Oh, because if he accidentally hits that.
One-legged moonsault, crashed and burned.
That's why they call it high risk, Noah.
And again, overcommitted, and Ricochet's got him in his sights. Spirit gun! And Ricochet, cover, back press, Ricochet wins.
That spirit gun was the final shot.
But a hell of an effort given by Zack Gowen here tonight. Ricochet definitely underestimated how tough the heart of a one-legged man is versus the spite and visceral of a two-legged man.
A normal person would have gained respect after that for him, but I doubt Ricochet will. You know, he's an asshole.
He doesn't respect anybody except his damn wife.
Mm-hmm.
An incredible effort, though, by Zack Gowen. Wait, what? Ricochet. Oh, come on, Ricochet. Oh, God. The spirit gun to the back of the head. Unnecessary, unsportsmanlike conduct. It happened in WWE, now it's happening here in AEW.
Ricochet trying to make sure it's just a one-off.
And he's just trying to embarrass him. I mean, you gotta consider Ricochet was embarrassed by Zack Gowen's effort. And again, oh, God!
Well, there you go.
And
Sort of like
Ricochet
a
again.
pump kick almost.
Yeah, literally punching Zack Gowen's head. And look, there goes Mark Briscoe! Mark Briscoe's seen enough of Ricochet's freaking antics.
Yeah, but too little, too late. The damage has been done.
Hey, you're about to say, you figure about Mark Briscoe and the influence he's been on Zack Gowen's career.
Mm-hmm.
Friends then, friends now. Well, someone needs to stand up against Ricochet and all of his stupid nonsense as he grabs Zack Gowen's prosthetic leg back, thankfully. Trying to steal that leg again.
Again, Ricochet mocking the leg, bouncing on his one leg.
Yeah, I'm about to say, a real big man, Ricochet. I really wonder how big you are in that bed with Savannah Urban with this size ego and pride you show.
Mm-hmm.
I am a Blue Chew can help you with that insecurity.
I think we're
Have to go backstage for remarkable Renee Paquette. And Maxwell Jacob Friedman, who awaits a decision tonight.
What do you think? He's going to get thumbs up or thumbs down?
I still think Bobby Lashley's going to test him and tell him to prove something else to him.
I don't know. I think in the end game, I think JJ called it a long time ago. They were procrastinating until the 90 days passed up, and it's really Alexander that's the next man.
Well, that means that means you might see Alexander as soon as tonight, or maybe MJF will face him at Double or Nothing for that spot, for all we know, if that's the case. But that's only if that's actually true.
Who knows? But they sure procrastinated for a while, and now it's all hot potato together, or hot cake.
Well, yeah, I'm about to say, it seems now, though, they've kind of, learned how to pace a tail, and this Hurt Syndicate tail has taken its course quite a bit. And I think his 90 days actually ended, considering I was on House of Glory, I think it ended like literally last week. Shades of Bea Priestley and freaking, who else? I can't remember all the releases, too many.
You can't remember all the what?
Releases, yeah.
Oh, I can't either. Her boyfriend, her husband, Elena Pax's husband. Yeah. Right.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Dressing up wise and swag wise, MJF actually fits with the Hurt Syndicate.
I agree.
They like to be snappy and dressy.
You just heard what MVP said, right?
No, I didn't.
It's got a match tonight as well. MJF, good luck.
I had the volume too low to hear what he actually said.
I think MVP heard Maxwell Jacob Freeman clearly, and he did not like what he heard, and he's going to answer for that after the Hurt Syndicate hurts people as we got an impromptu match here as the Hurt Syndicate. They're about to hurt people. The Hurt Syndicate are in tag team action. Oh, boy.
We hurt people.
We hurt people. Now, this is a bop, Def Rebel. Learn something. We hurt people.
Who are they going to face?
I don't know. I mean, we heard Top Flight call them out last week. Is Top Flight going to come out here? By the way, notice Bobby Lashley's shirt.
What? Oh, thumbs down?
We hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people.
Maybe MJF's got to help them win or something. Not that they need help, but you know what I mean.
I don't. If I'm MJF, I would stay away from the Hurt Syndicate right now. And
yeah.
Because you are already on thin ice, and you are this close to falling through and drowning.
All you gotta do is make one mistake and end up screwing them or get caught and just getting them disqualified. It's over.
Well, I mean, I don't know even if the AEW Tag Team Champions are on the line here, man. The last time the titles were on the line, they hurt the freaking Gates of Agony.
Let's find out who they're facing.
Well, I guess we got our answer.
Top Flight. Was that last week or earlier? Was that a pre-recorded thing when they called them out earlier?
No, that was last week live on Dynamite. MJF hurt them, but Dante Martin and Darius Martin are fired up, seeking their first AEW World Tag Team title match since March 2023. One of the youngest tag teams, of course, in AEW, Pure Wrestling Brothers. As again, MVP asked, where are the best tag teams? Where are the people we want to hurt? Who wants to hurt us? Top Flight stepped up, but MJF stopped that occasion, hurting them.
Here's a replay. Oh my God, that apron powerbomb.
Yeah, about to say, to your point. Ah, God, I just saw myself. I mean, he did hurt people, to be fair. And again,
Bobby.
I'll give you your answer next week.
Mm-hmm.
My referee is Stephon Smith right now. The thing is, though, the hurt is going to get hurt people from the front. MJF hurt people from behind. Jumping knee strike here. Waist lock applied. And you got to imagine, though, Top Flight wins this, Walter. They have to be in line for a tag team opportunity.
Automatically, because nobody. Let's be honest, people haven't even been competition to the Hurt Syndicate lately.
Look, the Outrunners give them a run for your money, but you're right. Big Bill, O'Brien, Keith, Mick. Gates of Agony, they brought the intensity, but they couldn't hurt them. And, of course, they beat Private Party last year at Fright Night Dynamite.
That they Martin got caught.
It was ringing a tile, too. And right now, to your point, curling. Whoa! Using his brother as a wall and using himself as a barrier. Dante and Darius taking down the almighty Bobby Lashley.
Well, it definitely would take two to bring down that Greek god.
And Shelton Benjamin, the standard of excellence, taken down with a jumping flatliner. Now Dante springs up to the top. Whoa! Frog splash, cover, 2! Whoa!
The ballin' frog splash, the crossover.
I mean, hey, we are in the home of the all-time great Michael Jordan.
Plus, MVP ballin'.
About to say, of course, inaugural NWW. Oh my God! IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Drove Dante head first to the ring post. Now Darius isolated with Shelton Benjamin taking over. Shelton is a suplex machine.
Dante meet Pole. Pole meet Dante.
Accurate. And Darius meet Turnbuckle. Tag made to Bobby Lashley. Uh-oh. I think Darius is about to get hurt.
That's for sure.
We hurt people. Oh, man, driven into the barricade. And Sandy, it's so wonderful to see you. And, yeah, we're definitely ready for that weekend, of course. And Bobby Lashley hurting Darius and Dante. And Sandy says, welcome back. It's good to have you back, Walter.
It's good to be back.
Oh, gosh!
Oh, my God. A choke slam to the freaking apron.
And again, it's rumor has it that Alexander could be on AEW, and we all know how strong Hurt Business was during the pandemic, which said Alexander. So I think it's entirely possible we see Cedric show up here tonight. Meanwhile, Bobby Lashley runs through Darius' midsection with the shoulder tackle.
Could be thumbs down for MJF because they got too many members, and when he looks, Cedric pops up.
I'm about to say it might be thumbs down for Top Flight here if they don't do something quickly.
I don't know, Suplex City over here.
And I think you're right. He's eyeing him, of course, graduate out of Minnesota. Oh, man.
There you go. Let's not forget this man went toe-to-toe with Lesnar, man. And it used to be a force of a tag team with him in OVW.
Oh, God. And, of course, part of the world's greatest tag team with Charlie Haas, endorsed by a suplex machine himself, Kurt Angle.
Darius, God, these damn suplexes.
About to say, Darius, you might want to hold on to the ropes. Oh, God.
Mind you guys, Shelton and Bobby are close to 50.
Cover, 2 and 2.5. Darius able to
I think Shelton's 48 and Bobby's 49, and they look like this.
That is exactly correct, and they look like they haven't aged a day. I would almost say AEW has reignited Shelton Benjamin's career. Like elbow strike. Darius thrown on Bobby Lashley, but again, this is also the first time I've ever seen Bobby Lashley as a tag team champion. Oh! And Shelton Benjamin, thankfully, rendered for now as Dante's legal. Spring it up. Oh my God! Go with a rising knee.
Did he meet him with his knee? Holy shit!
That's exactly what he did. That high knee is lethal.
My man said, "Tiger, a knee," and just jumped up in the air and caught him.
3-point stands and another rising knee rocks Dante Martin. Tag made of Bobby Lashley. I think we're about to close the book on this business.
Yeah, I think he's gonna spare him. There we go.
He speared him out of his boots.
He's just a chew toy at this point.
I don't think Bobby Lashley's done hurting him.
Yeah, he's playing with his food.
We hurt people. Bobby Lashley is about to show MJF how they hurt people. Hurt lock in, full Nelson. Derek, coming a super kick.
I was gonna say Hurt Lock, but I'm not sure. Is it still called Hurt Lock, or did he change it because it's AEW?
It's the Hurt Lock, dude. And it hurts. As Dante, when he gains consciousness, Hurt Syndicate wins. And
I know it hurts.
Locked in.
My brother used to do that to me all the time. I know it hurts.
That's the tension on the back of your head and neck. No,
Somebody went to sleep.
He's still asleep.
Nap
what?
time.
Wait. Hold that thought. I think Dustin Rhodes has seen enough people hurt.
What do you think? You think you look like a...
Dustin Rhodes ain't let him go.
You look like
Well, I guess you can't say that on Max.
Asshole?
Yeah.
They bleeped it out on TBS too.
This poor friggin'...
You should be able to say it on Max.
I think so.
Dustin Rhodes, another one up there in age, still looking good.
Yeah, about to say, again, he's a double champion now. MVP and Dustin Rhodes go back a long way.
Well, I'm sure there's respect. MVP's talking about it.
Uh-oh.
Wait, don't tell me they want all the titles.
Is he challenging them for Collision or Double or Nothing?
Are we going all undisputed titles, all titles on the line?
We're about to find out. Let's hear what Dustin has to say here real quick. Oh, well, there might
What's
be another
this?
I want to interrupt that business. That's the Crew. Leo Rush and Getty, who previously beat Top Flight in a street fight.
I'm sick of multi-person matches. Are we about to get a multi-tag match?
Well, I mean, everyone's jogging for position. I mean, Leo Rush and Action Andretti said they want the AEW Tag Team Championships. They were pussies last week, though, in the audience, not challenging for them.
Hey, they don't got the Temu Legion of Doom coat.
They're not in action.
Cue one more team interrupting, I'm pretty sure.
What team do you add to the fray? You can't say Top Flight. Dante Martin's still trying to figure out what's the...
I have no idea.
Oh, you don't talk about Dustin Rhodes' family.
I thought he was talking about Sammy Guerrero.
How about Sammy's daughter? Yes, you're right about that, too. The jury's out about you talk about that. What's he saying? Careful, man. Your feed might be picking up here a little bit. Is it?
Who, mine? Oh. And mine's low. I can barely hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I can barely hear it, too, but we should be all right. Whatever. Just keep talking. Listen. You scouting? That's what you call that? Scouting? Again, nobody knows how to do traditional tag team wrestling. Nobody.
They did beat Top Flight, though. I mean, there's no lies told here.
Yeah, the jury is still out. And I'm not upset at all, Sandy. I was actually impressed with that. A good best super juniors, by the way, of course, going on in Japan, Walter.
Number 2.
Now gonna come line. All right. We'll do what?
No respect for your elders, you stupid son of a bitch.
Yeah, the line drawn in the sand. Oh, now it looks like MVP wants to dictate this business. Yep. Yes, he does. Resolution. Bruha to Collision. You guys fight out. And the winner.
Yeah, but where's the match? Collision or?
A Collision. So it looks like it will be the Sons of Texas versus the Crew. The winner of that match this Saturday on Collision Beach Break will challenge the Hearst to get for the AEW Tag Team Championships at Double or Nothing.
So they got to turn around after Saturday and get a fight Sunday.
That is correct.
That's easy.
Well,
that's easy picking.
Not bad to back. May 25th, Double or Nothing. We got a week. They got a week. And meanwhile, they hurt people. And MJF is about to get his answer. Will it be a painful one? MJF, will he get Bobby Lashley's thumbs up of approval? Next on AEW Dynamite Beach Break. As we got a commercial break. Fuck television. Well, you know what? For once, thank you, AEW, for not booking a multi-team madness. Finally, somebody fucking does that. Shoo. Anyway. Well, that was
Poor Top
Flight, though. I feel
If
bad.
I don't get another triple threat for another month, it'll still be too soon.
You know what? You're just jinxing yourself, bro. That's all I gotta say about that. You're just jinxing yourself. And tag teams, Gallows Anderson on the brain just now when it comes to be what next for the Hurt. Ooh, I like that match idea, honestly. The Hurt, of course, we know the Good Brothers. They are former multi-recognized tag team champions of WWE and New Japan Pro Wrestling, Walter.
Yeah, they are. And they just returned to New Japan. Woo!
They've been freed from the shackles of...
You know there's a fire lit up under their ass to prove people wrong, too.
There's no question about that. Now, you saw the Good Brothers preach the gospel. Free at last, free at last. Thank God they're free at last. And, yeah, possibly, you know what I mean? You know, they get the comfort zone. And freaking saying, for now, Charles, don't jinx it. Damn it. You're the one that brought in the ether. WWE's the one that does it all the time. They can't book a true tag team championship match for their lives unless it's NXT. And I still can't take one.
They need more. They need to book better in AEW too. AEW is just more the lack of teams. It's not the bad booking.
Exactly. So the fact that somebody started out with the deepest tag team division on the Western Front and has been coming down to this, it's kind of ridiculous.
I mean, when Jazz Alexander debuts and he doesn't even get a single run, he's already stuck with a tag team. That kind of tells you.
Well, yeah, and again, the AEW Championship still held hostage, of course, in the Death Riders campaign narrative. But
if there if there even is a championship, who knows what the hell is in that damn lockbox?
You know what? You know what? That's a good point. The jury is still out on that. I mean, the devil of the jury is still out. I'll give you that. But yeah. Well, again, though, Top Flight, though, man, I feel bad for those guys. God, they can't catch a break.
They got hurt.
Yeah, right. Well, they hurt people. They hurt people. I've been bobbing to that and Nick Wayne's theme all day. Speaking of Nick Wayne, of course, over in the Best Super Juniors, you all can follow Best Super Juniors, follow InjuredWorld.com to see how AEW's Nick Wayne's doing after an incredible match at Corrigan Hall today against the IWGP Champion himself, El Desperado.
Right?
Whether or not we're covering the finals, by the way. We'll look at the schedule.
Man, these long-ass commercials.
That's television for you, even on Max. Fuck television. At least the ones on Max are somewhat more relevant towards actual content that matters versus go buy this at your local Wingstop. Oh, wait, that's US.
I've seen the Superman commercial twice already.
That's because they got, like, no commercials.
But that's because Max is like Warner Brothers and Superman's a Warner Brother property.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'll give you that. Let's see. I'm predicting we're about to see AEW debut of Sid Alexander. That's a hot take. And
I'm guessing that too, Wesley. I'm definitely guessing that too.
And Matthew with a hot take, but the jury's still out on that. All right, well, I think we're about to get back here to do some business. I got the Hurtson to get Tantra on my screen, the Hurtson to get stands in the ring, with a microphone.
Has it been 90 days?
I think it has. The time is gone by so fast.
Because if it hasn't, they can welcome him in the groups, lull him into a false sense of security, and then Cedric debuts.
That's very true. All right. Where's MJF? Yep, just got it. Oh, boy.
He's got a cool ass theme, too. That's a bopper, too.
And he kept that theme all through the independents. This theme has defined our favorite scumbag, former AEW World Champion.
What's going on? He's not out here.
I think MVP said he lost his way. Shouldn't Benjamin, will you go get him, please? MJF is in trouble.
I bet you Cedric Alexander beat his ass.
MJF, where are you? Tonight's your night. Tony Khan brought him out. MJF's right here, man. Hi, Tony.
I thought we were gonna find MJF laid out with Cedric Alexander above him.
I think he's about to get laid out. And he realizes it's about to happen. MJF is in trouble.
Why is he afraid, man? Maybe you get the thumbs up.
Dude, I don't know if you heard, but he had some not very flattering things to say about this business proposition so far backstage in that interview segment. And MJF is about to eat his words, I think. And about to get hurt.
Might be eating crow.
Accurate. And Batman's also Warner Bros. But yeah, I mean that's key Warner Brothers. No, we are not. It's not SmackDown, but it's probably up to 4 right now.
What?
Oh boy! Don't leave MVP and Bobby Lashley waiting.
All right, we'll find out. We're gonna get the Triple H.
It's nice knowing you, MJF. Oh boy! Moment of reckoning. And you asked for this. So hope you're ready. Oh boy.
Does Shelton still had the watch?
Gentlemen, we had a discussion. We know what's coming his way. What? Again, MVP, thumbs up. Okay.
Oh, MVP gives him the thumbs up.
Well, you know, he's still expressive. Shelton. And thumbs up. Now the definitive one. Oh, here we go. Will Bobby Lashley say yes?
Look at Shelton in the background.
Yeah, good point, Sandy.
He might kick the shit out of him.
I think you're onto something here. It's going up. It's going down. It's going down again. It's going down again. He's gonna do it. Going down again. Smile's gone. We are about 3. Nope. It's still even. It's shaking. It's shaking. It's rattling. It's so close. You can feel. He did it. He did it. What? Bobby Lashley gave MJF the thumbs up. MJF's in the Hurt Syndicate.
What the hell? I was not expecting that.
Are you kidding me?
It jumped in Bobby's arms.
We hurt people. We hurt people. We hurt people. I'll be damned.
Next week on AEW Dynamite, the official MJF
Next week
signing
in AEW Dynamite,
There's like,
the official MJF contract signing.
you need a contract to be in Hurt Syndicate?
Well, I guess so. So I guess we got a new business acquisition for MVP. Maxwell Jacob Friedman will officially be part of the Hurt Syndicate. And he signs the dotted line for them next week.
Owen Hart in the middle of Nation of Domination.
And no kidding. MJF has been welcomed in. Business has picked up for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. A day of reckoning becomes a day of reward. And next week, we'll see him signed to MVP in the Hurt Syndicate on Dynamite. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I for sure thought he was going to drop him for the whole century. I think it hasn't been exactly 90 days, maybe.
Yeah, about to say, that's true. And again, Double or Nothing, the jury is still out. We know the Hurt Syndicate will be in action at Double or Nothing as we see a digital sign that says congratulations. I guess congratulations to MJF. You are now officially welcome into the Hurt Syndicate, and you will sign the dotted line with them next week.
Enjoy it for a week, because I think the 90 days is up next week.
Yeah, and I'm about to say, is there going to be a clause in that contract that as part of this year,
You know what?
you got to get
Since
hurt?
we're on the commercial, I'm going to look it up when he got released.
Yeah, go ahead and do that because I'm looking at the chat here and everyone's like, yeah, they hurt people, they hurt people. I can sing that song all night. And about to say, and literally to your point, Walter, you and Matthew on the same wavelength apparently.
February. It just says February 2025. It's February 7th, 2025.
So February 7th,
last
March,
week.
April, May. Yeah, that's 90 days.
Yeah, that was last week. Would have been the 90 days.
Well, I'll be damned. Well, again, folks, for just now tuning in, MJF got the vote of confidence by all 3 men. MJF's in the Hurt Syndicate.
Well, they got to give him 2. 7th to the 7th would have been exactly 90. So next week will be 2 weeks after the 90. They probably got to make him pass the physical and everything and then sign him.
I'm about to say, he's got to sign a AEW contract, or does he got to sign a Hurt Syndicate contract? What the hell's a Hurt Syndicate contract?
That's what I want to know. You need a contract to be in a stable now?
Well, I mean, when you talk about MVP being a businessman, business requires, contracts. So, I mean,
I would love to see what the contract of the Four Horsemen would have been like, because all the perks of the Rolls Royces and the limousines and the jet.
Gosh.
That would have been all in their contract.
The thing is, though, MJF's got more than enough money. You know why he wants the Hurt Syndicate. He wants to use them to help him get back to his Triple B, the AEW World Championship.
Oh my gosh.
Charles agrees with both Matthew and you, by the way. And yes, Sandy, I mean, the jury's still out. We're on the road to Double or Nothing. And let's keep in mind, folks, next week is the go home to Double or Nothing 1 week from tonight on Dynamite. Double or Nothing is Sunday, May 25th. We have Collision and Dynamite and Collision next week. And you and I both know that Dynamite's going to be the freaking go home because they always pre-record the freaking Collision sometimes or underestimate it. So next week, the go home episode. So a lot's got to be figured out. Where right now we got 2 official matches, a pending AEW World Tag Team Championship match, and that's it.
In the words of Yu-Gi-Oh, you walked right into the trap card.
You walked right into my trap card. You're talking to a guy that was me, lad. You're talking to a guy that watched the entire original Yu-Gi-Oh all the way to King of Tem. Spoiler alert, folks. All the way to King of Tem facing Yugi in the final duel that sent the Pharaoh home.
Loved it.
You're damn right. And then they have 6 different reboots after that with dragons and schools and spirits and
man, you know who got on my nerves? That freaking dice guy.
The dice guy. The dice roll.
I forget his name, but man, I hated that guy.
I don't even remember. And you're fine, Sandy. We speak typo. You're good here. MJP. MJP. MVP and MVP and MJF is a tag team. MJP.
Michael Jordan.
Well, I mean, hey, again, we're in Chicago, number 23. Maybe I'll sign for $23,000. I don't know. And new _York _state _of _mine. Accurate. When was the last time a contract signed without somebody getting hurt or going through a table?
Hey, Tuesday. They didn't go through a table. That was as civil can be for that contract signing between Hendry and Trick.
You're right, and there have been some contract signings that haven't involved a table. But here comes our timeless AEW Women's World Champion.
Let's see what sexual innuendos she says now.
Oh, don't even start! Don't you even start! You come back one night, you're already on the freaking gimmick. But yes, it is time once again to get timeless with AEW.
I actually love it. I love Toni.
And Ash is probably having a climax.
For everybody who talks crap about, Toni dropped the ball, Tony Khan dropping the ball, just look at Toni Storm. WWE dropped the ball mega on them, and we just saw the Hurt Syndicate. How about dropping the ball with them? Let's not act like it works only one way.
Oh, damn it. There's King. You finally showed up, bro. Damn you. Timeless, as only he could say. Anyway, the winner of the Eliminator will earn a shot at the AEW Women's World Championship unless the champion wins. Speaking of champions, Walter, you weren't here to explode in excitement in your own freaking out about experience, but here comes the brand new NWA Strong Women's Champion, Stardom's own daughter of high speed, who pinned Mina Shirakawa at Resurgence, Asumi.
Yep. Asumi. Mercedes has gripe to say it wasn't me that got pinned.
11 years of in-ring experience at 23 years of age, Asumi of Stardom won at Resurgence last Friday in an incredible triple threat main event against Mercedes Moné and Mina Shirakawa, pinning Mina Shirakawa for the win with the Asumi sushi roll.
They let you wrestle at 12 years old in Japan?
Apparently, yes. We talked about, again, the potential of experience and possibly world-class star power of the industry has really no age to find. Japan's the definition of that. Yay, Mina. And this woman also exemplifies that. It's Mina time.
I used to be Amada.
Oh, you got
The hell is she doing? She break it?
I mean, hey, she's here in America, right? So get American, why don't you? I'm not going to complain. All right, Mina,
Okay.
I see what you're bringing.
Showing some moves.
Formerly part of Stardom, now officially part of All Elite Wrestling.
Is Toni dancing?
Yes, she is. Not gonna lie, this theme is a bop. Mikey Ruckus, you're doing a good job, bro. Don't ever become Death Rebel.
Huh.
I mean,
Oh, Lord.
You got that correct. Good, Walter. Control yourself. You just came back, bro.
All I said was, oh, Lord.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I heard the way you said it. Freaking Mina Shirakawa, why you do this to us?
Sky Blue.
About to say, and welcome
Dude, they all
back.
got banging themes.
And yeah, that's because AEW knows how to do music better than a lot of people in the industry. Welcome back home and welcome back to professional wrestling. Damn, it's been far too long. Sky Blue.
You know what I love the most about this match is that it's actually elimination.
I don't think it's elimination, dude. It's Eliminator, but it is.
Oh, eliminator!
Chicago's own
I read
Sky
it
Blue.
wrong. Then
Yeah,
I thought it was
you did.
elimination.
Welcome back, Sky Blue, after that ridiculous ankle injury against Hikaru Shida freak accident back last year in July. At one point, contemplating on retiring. But thanks to Kyle Fletcher's support, nursing her wound, Sky Blue is back home in AEW in Chicago. And Chicago has been very good to the former AEW champion. Not to mention, several eliminator matches in the past, Sky Blue has won them here in this very city. Talk about a broken fibula here, Walter. Put that in perspective. Bell rings were underway. Oh boy.
Why is the champion involved in her own eliminator?
Because the tramp wants an orgy every night apparently in wrestling, and she is not going to sit around waiting for somebody to come to her bedside at All In. And right now, Sume and Mina, there's a cover, and Sky Blue and Toni Storm fighting, by the way. And yes, folks, I did say that. Nice bridge escape by Asume.
You didn't say it. Toni says it. All you're doing is repeating what she said.
I'm echoing.
Yeah.
I'm the virgin here. I'm the pure, simple, innocent man that love women in wrestling. And look at that shimmy. Cover the crucifix. I'm going to lose myself here. Worse than Eminem. Cover again the sit-out. Kick out at 2. You can speak anytime you want, Walter. You're off the ropes right now.
I'm enjoying it.
That got it. Freaking hell. I knew this match was going to bring out the worst in me. Freaking women in wrestling, especially a bare women's division I enjoy. Nice DDT on the floor by Mina Shirakawa and Asumi. Now Sky Blue. Oh, and right up in the V goes the ring ropes and Sky Blue's B by Toni Storm. Clubbing shot in the back of the head.
Damn.
Accurate. Knife edge chop by Toni Storm. Toni Storm and Sky Blue have competed each other one-on-one previously 2 times for the AEW Women's World Championship. Nice takeaway to Harris there by Sky Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Ooh.
With the rising knee strike and our tornado DDT.
Ring rust showing a little bit.
Well, yeah, and also that fibula again, that steel plate means she doesn't have any way to really turn it as well either. So watch the way she moves that right leg. Swinging a miss right now, especially those Chuck Taylors.
Yeah, because I'm focused on her leg.
She's wearing boots right now, actually. Kind of rare for Sky Blue to do that.
That probably because of the plate.
That's accurate. Sky Blue and Asume, by the way, have never met each other in the ring. Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa pulling Asume and Sky Blue out of the ring. And here we go. Forbidden
Here
Door
we
revisit,
go.
Walter.
We've seen this before. Oh, hey, why you interrupt it?
Well, I mean, every woman for themselves.
True.
I would say it's a fatal 4-way, not eliminator, folks, but elimination. Ew, there's a red. Oh, the double Luthez! Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa taking out Asume and Sky Blue. First primo submission in this match wins, by the way.
What was up with the spider? What the hell was that about?
Let's just say there's an idol killer coming here from Stardom to AEW.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Here. And right now,
Wait a minute.
double strikes, but
What happens if Toni wins this match? Nobody gets a title shot?
That is correct. She did the same thing against Penelope Ford, Thunder Rosa, and Anna Jay last week, literally on Dynamite, challenging everybody here in this women's division.
Well, wait till Megan Bain comes back at your ass.
And about it right now, Mina Shirakawa wants a piece of Toni Storm. Asume, though, catches him with a kick. And this is, of course, how Asume got the better of Mina Shirakawa at Resurgence. Again, go watch that match back. It was incredible stuff. Mina, back elbow strike, combination, Cazadora, roll through. And might be looking for that glamorous figure 4 leg lock. Watch Asume, though. Catches Asume. Oh, a DDT! While wrestling the legs. Looking for a champion in World Trouble here, Walter. She goes to the ropes.
Oh.
Oof.
She had to carry both her and Mina's weight to get to that rope.
Yeah, exactly. Now Mina back in with Asume. Of course, again, Asume is still part of Stardom, part of the group Neo Genesis. Being Solbot. And of course, Bea Priestley's back in NJPW Strong. And as said, Asume, I will see you very soon. Ganjin, and a former Stardom champion herself. Now Mina. Whoa! Taking down a huge dive, you were saying.
Does Mercedes get a rematch because it technically wasn't her that lost it?
I don't know exactly. PK cross by, fall up off the apron. I mean, the jury's still out what Mercedes Moné has to do right now. Oh, and a super kick by Skye Blue. Now, Skye Blue, you were talking about ring rust earlier, Walter. How about Records Abandonment?
Never mind.
Cross body. Skye Blue can do anything she wants to. Skye Blue in control of this entire field. Who will win this 4-way? Stay tuned. Restaurant Client, picture on Walter's end. Full commercial break on my end. Fuck television.
It's an orgy of competitors on the ground.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't have Blue Chew yet here on freaking TNT or TBS because of Toni Storm's rated R ways, it seems. She goes back to the days of freaking noir in the freaking cabaret. If you know, you know, folks. And don't ask me how I know that.
Hey,
again,
the 50s were a different time, my friend.
Yeah, there was far less restriction and far less safety. Speaking of safety, Skye Blue put in no concern right now for her own safety, wiping out the entire field right there. The thing is, though, Skye Blue, again, like I said, she only has history with Toni Storm. She's never faced Asume or Mina Shirakawa. So if Skye Blue does not pin the champion, maybe she could pin Asume and challenge for the Strong Championship. Maybe she could pin Mina and, take away from her, inaugural permanent stay here in America. She said she left her family. She left everything. She's starting over. She's all alone. She's nervous but excited. Go watch her interview with Denise Salcedo.
That's the sacrifice there. And Mina, yeah, it is Mina. Mina and Toni are in the corner fighting each other. Chop.
Yeah, no, Toni Storm loves to hear her tits slap.
Yeah, she's gonna say tits up.
I'm about to say tits are wide up and open.
It's hilarious.
What am I gonna? Why do I love this so much? And it seems like it's so wrong.
What's wrong with Mina? My god, she's like a female R-Truth, like her goofiness.
Yeah, well, at least this female is actually tolerable, and I could actually stomach her, but that's a whole different conversation. Anyway, yeah, about to say, Safet knows Fekla, of course, Fekla, who was fired from Stardom at the All-Star Grand Queendom show after putting her hands on staff officials and the President Okada once again. He had enough and fired her ass.
Skye Blue with a cartwheel elbow combination to the corner on Asume.
Gymnastics background coming into play. Like I said, former AEW champion. People like her, Nada and Chris Statlander grit their teeth and grind their way to AEW.
It's an orgy of snap suplexes. Everybody's got one. Now Mina just gave one to Toni, and now Asume gives one to Mina. Literally everyone just got hit by a snap suplex.
That's what she said. The snap off the suplex. The snap off the suplex.
And now Skye Blue's giving one to Asume.
Yeah, about to say.
I told you, got Skye Blue in the top.
I would not mind Skye Blue versus Asume one-on-one here. The two youngest athletes in this match, might I add.
And now Mina snap suplexing Toni. Everybody suplexing this. Now Asume to Mina.
Oh, good lord. Suplex click.
Well, that was more like a brain buster than a snap suplex.
It don't matter. They still impact on the head and on the back. And ironically enough, Skye Blue's last time she was in Chicago, she was embarrassed by the Glamour Ryan May that we have not seen behind her tail of since the Hollywood ending.
Now all four competitors are just laid out.
I love it.
Up, nope. Tony's up.
Yeah, of course.
Picks up. She's of course right.
But
Picking up Mina back and forth, jacking for position for a suplex.
And look, all I'm gonna say is Mina and Toni Storm are one of the best matches last year at Forbidden Door.
You should be back in 3, 2, 1.
And I'm back here as Toni Storm has Mina hooked right now in the Now Arena Chicago, Illinois. German suplex delivered. And great job, Walter. And of course, Mina Shirakawa, like I said, broke away from Tem Nakano's group Cosmic Angels, started Club Venus, ruled alongside Mariah May as Rose Gold, got as a star on Tag Team Champions for 99 days before Mariah May came to AEW first. And no woman letting up here, man.
Yeah, man. You should have seen it on a commercial, man.
I'm gonna watch it. I got my source. I'm gonna watch it back. Oh, as indeed strike knocks Toni Storm into the last century. Big elbow strike by Skye Blue to Mina Shirakawa.
You could the DVR of my Sling TV because it's recording it.
Bless your heart. And right now, Skye Blue squaring off with Mina Shirakawa. Mina right now trying to start strong on her new road here in AEW. Skye Blue trying to start strong on her return. Whoa! Inverted elbow strike. What's this?
No one has momentum. Every time one person gets momentum, another person comes and takes it right from them.
Oh, God. Yes, stereo German.
I think we're about to get an orgy of hip attacks.
Can we stop saying the old word, please? Lights, camera, action.
Now I can get away with it without being nasty because we're talking about Tony.
Third rail applied. Oh, my gosh. The hip attacks are hot tonight. Assuming it out the way, though.
All 4 of them are hot.
Yeah, but in more ways than one. Oh, spinning back fist. Rock story storm by Mina. And
so when
balls the outside. A schoolgirl by Mina. Stomp in the back by
whoever wins, when do they get the title shot? Double or nothing?
I would think double or nothing, but I guess it's the champion's jurisdiction. She's the one that challenged somebody to literally put that tramp in her place. Her words. Oof.
I know, her words. We know. That's why I keep saying orgy. It's her words.
I'm making sure everybody knows right now what I am and what she is. And the fact we're both black and white, we are not the same. Okay?
That's why I keep saying orgy. Those are Tony words. Those aren't mine.
Now everyone knows that. How many people watching it for the first time and hearing this mic? What the hell? We got an attitude there again? Oh! That drop suplex. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Tony has the best promos ever, man.
Toni Storm is one of the best fans of women's wrestling. Don't at me. On the Western Front. Up and over. High kick by Mina Shirakawa.
So is Mina, though. I'm loving Mina, man. I'm such a fan of Mina.
Former idol, 5 years in wrestling. Skye Blue blocks the shot. Ooh, eats a high kick. Almost a hook kick of sorts.
Did she kick her with the same leg that has the screw? Or the metal plate?
I believe that is correct. First kick. Now looking for Cole. Blue, roll out, cover, watch Asume, went for the double stomp.
To be honest, Asume and Toni don't have anything to lose because they're already champions.
And that's true. Meanwhile, Skye Blue has everything to gain, and so does Mina, though. Big high kick, though, by Asume. Now looking to hook up Skye Blue here. Wait a minute. Oh, man, a destroyer!
To use gambling terms.
Cover two! Oh!
Toni and Asume they're playing with house money because they're already champions.
And Toni Storm literally is playing with the most to lose here, considering she's the one that put this challenge in the first place. Get to the midsection. Toni Storm. Storm 0! Cover!
It's over. 1, 2. Oh.
Saves the matchup.
Mina wants it.
And how bad does she want it? A back body drop. Avoided by Mina. Rolling elbow. Connects with Toni Storm. Spinning back fist, duck and miss. Inside cradle! Inside cradle!
Inside cradle! 1,
2, and Mina got her! Mina got her! Mina got her!
Mina pinned Toni! She doesn't even...
just pinned the AEW Women's World Champion! She just got a title shot!
Mina doesn't even realize she got the 3. She's asking the ref, was that really a 3?
Yes, that was a 3, and Toni Storm saw it in full color!
All it takes. How many times did we say that, Noah? All it takes is 3 seconds.
And Walter, that's Toni Storm's first loss in Eliminators.
Wow! Look! Wow! Almost like it's scripted. They got the Look at it's already in the background, almost like this is predetermined.
Well, Toni Storm did say if someone pins me, I will give them a title shot. I'm not waiting till All In. Toni Storm versus me and Shirakawa. A double or nothing.
That's a week from Sunday already.
What a freaking win.
Dude, I would not be upset if Mina wins that title.
You and me both, bro. You and me fucking both.
Wait a minute.
By the way, a great effort by Asume. Oh, what the fuck?
Mercedes!
Yep, Mercedes Monet. You said her name.
She appeared after I said her name, damn it. $1 million. Oh, that doesn't work, huh?
No, I'm sorry. Money doesn't work like that. Now, Asume trapped in the bank statement. Jamie Hayter!
Oh, hate is real!
Damn right, the hate's real. Snatch that bitch. Break her neck.
Crossface!
Yes, break her neck, Jamie. Come on.
Damn, Jamie, I like that outfit.
Jamie going to work here. She's on the work attire. And now, finally, take her head off. Hater, oh, fuck you.
There's security. There's security. Security.
Bullshit. We were so close to seeing Jamie Hayter finally get Hayter ran on Monet, and security stopped it. Either way, 1 week from Sunday, Mercedes Monet knows what hate's gonna feel like, and Hayter hits hard. And I pray to God that Hayter wins. Oh, and our Foundation Tournament Finals, double or nothing.
They face off at Double or Nothing?
That's right. And the winner faces off for the AEW Women's World Championship at AEW All In. Well, that was a hell of a combustible situation. I'm hot.
Now, yeah, but do they face Toni or do they face Mina? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a whole different question now, because to your point, it's official. You can get a screen capture if you want. Toni Storm defends the AEW Women's World Championship now at double or nothing against Mina Shirakawa.
Women's wrestling, baby. I'm back at the right time, man.
Yeah, you are. Fucking hell, you are. Good grief. It's going to be an amazing night, of course, at AEW's beginning.
Uh-oh.
But,
all right, we're getting serious.
well, I mean, yeah, because in my full-time excitement where I've reached an out-of-body experience, we have to honor an all-time great that we lost this week. You can talk more about that. We lost Sabu. What's Sabu's impact on you, Walter, as a fan?
Bro, I discovered ECW literally being naughty, staying up past bedtime. Like 2 a.m, just flipping through channels, and I was like, "Oh look, wrestling!" I swear, I thought it was like, you know how WWE sometimes like re-shows Raw like on a random day or something. So then I started watching it, and I was like, "What is this?" And I really got into ECW, and Taz and Sabu and RVD were the first 3 that I got attached to. Man, and Sabu meant a lot, and like I said, there wouldn't be an Attitude Division or Attitude Era without Sabu.
Yeah, and I was saying, you can only imagine how Taz feels. I mean, Taz, how many wars did he go against Sabu when it came to the ECW Championship?
Taz was Sabu's debut match in ECW, and he was supposed to squash Taz, and Sabu said, "No, brother, we're gonna have a real match." And he put Taz over to prove other people how he can wrestle. Sabu won the match, but Taz won the hearts of the people, and that's what continued. He was supposed to be squashed, and Sabu wouldn't do it.
And Taz really getting emotional there, taking the sunglasses off and talking about that very impact, to your point. Rest in peace. Thank you, Terry Brunk, Sabu, 1964, 2025.
60 years is young, man. I don't care what anybody says.
Gotta say,
But, I mean, you age twice as much. When you put your body through what Sabu has put through to yourself, you lived enough for 2 lifetimes. Trust me.
I believe you 110%. I mean, I think it's still nothing futz when someone touches barbed wire for the first time and they're not an extreme competitor. That man literally broke his back through tables, barbed wire, chairs, and ladders for our pure thrill of entertainment and excitement, at the risk of our own mentality when it comes to the fact that we really wonder, are you going to die? You crazy.
Get the tables and all that would not be a thing if it wasn't for Sabu. Dudley's wouldn't have started doing that if it wasn't for Sabu.
Yeah. Again, Sabu, thank you. Well, that being said, we're on a full commercial break, and I've finally cooled down after my out-of-body experience. Again, for those that don't know, I'm a hater. Also, yes. So again, let's just clear things up. First off, Skye Blue tremendously returned. Still got a little bit of the butterflies, I think, in her hometown, and also like we talked about that fibula repair with not as much turn or torque. Still look pretty strong and damn, still good with the super kick. Didn't get involved in the decision. Neither was Asume, the International Women's Champion, but Mina Shirakawa just pinned Timeless Toni Storm, and now it's official. It's Timeless Toni Storm defending the Women's World Championship at Double or Nothing against Mina Shirakawa. And let's keep in mind that same night, Jamie Hayter, Mercedes Moné are the finals for the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament. The winner of that match will challenge the champion at All In for the AEW Women's World Championship. And we just saw Jamie Hayter almost took Moné's head off, but literally raked her back in her submission hold after she did that to her last week from behind, coming to the aid impromptu also of Asume. So a lot of moving parts there. So to your point, does Moné want her go back sooner than beating Jamie Hayter for the Owen? Does she have her eyes set on the Strong Championship versus the AEW Women's World Championship more? And what gives first? And does Mina surprise, considering Mina and Moné's history from Wrestle Dynasty, January 5th? Moné beat Mina. Mina has yet to beat Moné. It's a lot of moving parts here, to say the least. Jamie Hayter, Toni Storm, that needs to be run back.
Mina just pinned the AEW champion. Can she do it when the lights are at its brightest and when it actually means something? It's one thing to win an eliminator match. It's another thing to win a one-on-one singles match when all the marbles are on the line. The pressure is on. Tony's been there, done that.
Yeah,
the pressure's all on Mina.
Yeah, and again, to Jamie Hayter's credit, again, she lost that title, talking about title changes, 2 years ago at Double or Nothing to outcast Toni Storm. She's never faced timeless Toni Storm, though, and you know she wants the AEW Women's World Championship back.
And you have to remember, too, this is Mina's introduction to America. Only people like you, Sandy, Ash, and everybody like that are the knuckin' fucks that watch everything wrestling. This might be, literally America's introduction to AEW fans' introduction to Mina. So she's got a lot to prove to the people.
Hey, you're not wrong there. Still, congratulations, Mina Shirakawa. That's a hell of a way to start off your new, let's call it is, new life. She's here in America.
Exactly.
Folks.
Oh, I'm back from commercial. Finally.
Back here momentarily. And as we backstage with MVP and the newest member of the Hurt Syndicate, MJF, with Renee Paquette.
The hell is this?
Promo. I hurt people. Looks like he won the lottery. Your lawyer? Wait, Smart Mark Sterling? Oh, good grief.
I was going to drive a wedge.
What's this lawyer thing?
Well, I hope they're drinking and celebrating, because I don't think it's going to last more than a week.
Well, I'm about to say MVP, the last thing he wants to deal with is a lawyer. All right, then.
Probably his cousin or somebody. He is Jewish.
Wait, that's fair. And while as Knight has been here tonight, as we go in the ring now, I believe that's Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness. And, of course, they've had their fair share of fallout with FTR as of late.
Dude, I feel like Nigel's about to get back in the ring.
I think you're onto something, bro.
I feel like he's going to go find a partner and go against FTR, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and hear from Nigel McGuinness, to your point. And that's a very good point, Sandy. Mayu Iwatani was the last person to pin her. I say, he told Tony not to do that.
Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness, maybe?
Tag team match?
Yeah, I think they're going to go against FTR.
Again, though, he's a commentator. There's part of me that I understand where they're coming from, but at the end of the day, you're a commentator now more so. You're not a full-time competitor. What we did see last week...
He's a commentator now. Let's not forget what he's...
I understand that, but dude, remember why he left the business. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't. Who knows? You never 100. You never 100% recover from that.
The last time we saw Nigel McGuinness compete was for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship against Lee Moriarty last year in December. And prior to that, he faced Bryan Danielson at Grand Slam for the AEW World Championship. But he's only been involved in 3 matches over the last freaking practically 14 years.
And you were so happy when he faced Daniel Bryan. You were
Of course
ecstatic.
I was. It was ROH Legacy.
Sorry, I realised that my place was next to this man at an announce desk, not in the middle of this ring. So,
Danny's sorry.
Danny, go ahead.
Realize this place is at the announce text, not in the ring. What happened again? That's fair. All right, now Garcia's gonna.
You know, it takes a real man, grown man, to admit that when they're wrong.
Yeah, right. If more men did that, maybe this world would actually be a more stable place.
Yeah, let's not even go into it.
It's not a PR sermon, and I'm definitely reach. Even if people think I should be in radio or be a preacher man, I'm just a simple man.
I still think this is going to end up as a tag team.
Yeah, I think you're honest, and I think Dan Garcia's been warning about what Nigel McGuinness could be going into. The thing is, it's going to be for Collision.
I'm assuming, right? Because if he fights at Collision, who's going to be the commentator? You shouldn't do it on
Matt Menard. I would say Matt Menard.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. I'd rather see it on Dynamite or on the pay-per-view, or at least the opener. You know Tony's gonna add a bunch of shit to the opener.
But you always gotta add Saturday, dude. Saturday. And then Beach Break Collision. Uh-oh. Well, we knew this was gonna happen. Here comes that annoying Nat Stokely Hathaway.
Oh God, annoying son of a bitch.
Bitch, what the hell was that word? Apparently, he's here to speak on their behalf as their agent. FTR is not in the building. Reprehensible. Outrageous.
Did you just say egregious? Okay, Harvard.
You know what we need at some point? We need Kevin Harper, Stokely Hathaway.
Right?
Battle of the shortest men.
Is when someone puts their hands on me.
Uh-oh. What's your problem?
I think he's going to tell him what his problem is.
Socially.
Stupid childproof locks on these pills.
Put your hands on FTR.
Damn, look how... I know he's short, but he looks like Smurf size compared to Nigel McGuinness.
Exactly!
When Daniel Garcia towers you, you are short.
Accurate.
Let's see when they're going to do this match, man. It might be in Collision. You might be onto something. I feel like it's going to happen, though. Nigel's got to be careful, though. One wrong landing, and it's back to 14 years ago.
Exactly.
We barely had a conversation. If I'm honest, they kill us.
Yeah, about the 10 number tag team champions.
You know what, Nigel? You're right. You're right. FTR might kill us. They might kill us. But I've been watching you overcome the odds for your entire career.
They might kill us. That's true.
Something that they never thought they'd see. Nigel McGuinness teaming with Daniel Garcia against
Something that they never thought they'd see. All right, Dan. Maybe you're getting a little bit fired up there. This is not wise. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Oh my God! Are you sure FTR wasn't there?
Of course they're in the building. A cheap shot from behind. Shayna Garcia. And Nigel
I'm
finds
actually-
that though. Massive uppercut. Nigel taking on FTR all on his own. Big right hand drop, Nigel though. Right to the jaw. Damn. That's impressive for somebody known to give a jawbreaker lariat. Uh-oh. They're looking for the stuffed pile driver on Nigel. Wait a minute. That's not Danny Magic. Danny Magic with a crowbar.
What the?
That's an equalizer right there.
If there ever was one.
And again, Danny Magic can sense how they treated Danny Garcia and Nigel McGuinness for that matter. We saw Danny Garcia go to Danny Magic go to Danny Garcia's aid when that FTR one-on-one match with Garcia on Saturday turned into a handicap situation almost.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, to your point, Walter, I think we very well have a tag match on our hands. If not, a freaking six-man if Stokely dares get involved.
Oh my God! Who wants to see Stokely get involved?
I mean, who doesn't want to see Stokely get his ass kicked? I'm just saying.
That's fair.
Well, Nigel McGuinness has a lot to think about as, again, he might be one of the best color commentators going today across wrestling, and he might be putting that on the line more so than any future in wrestling.
100 times better than... Never mind.
No, go ahead. I dare you.
I was going to say Excalibur, but I don't want to pick the man when he's...
Yeah, everyone does it, you know. And speaking of Collision Beach Break, Saturday, 8 p.m. Standard Time on Max and TNT, there'll be a tribute to Steve Mongol McMichael.
We're losing too many of the greats, man.
Yeah, I mean a lot to wrestling as well. And also made official, it'll be Kyle Fletcher going one-on-one with AR Fox. You can go ahead and capture these guys if you want, because I don't know about you. I'm all for covering this.
That man held on. All he wanted was to be inducted to the NFL Hall of Fame. Gets inducted and passes away. He really was just hanging on for that.
Yeah. We also have Anna Jay versus Mega Bane and Blake Christian versus Speedball Mike Bailey as AEW Collision is about to bring a lot forward. A lot of people are about to collide. And also made official, it looks like that is indeed going to lead to double notifications. It's Sammy Guevara and Dustin Rhodes versus Crew. Action Andretti and Leo Rush. The winners will challenge the Hurt Syndicate for the AEW Tag Team Championships at Double or Nothing. And after the events that transpired the last few weeks, Walter, Gates of Vanity will go up against Big Bill and Brian Keefe in a Chicago street fight. But that is all Saturday. Tonight's Wednesday night, and Beach Break Dynamite all comes down to this. It's Jon Moxley. It's Samoa Joe. One man leads with the gold. AEW World Championship. Steel Cage match.
Oh, this is about to get good.
Yeah, Walter, we're about to cage two of the most lethal, violent animals in the game as we come up for this commercial break. Fuck television. All right, so seriously.
No. You know what happens when you cage two animals, right?
They break out and they also slaughter each other. So I talked previously, of course, during the little pre-show take, but go ahead and give your thoughts towards this World Championship match and what the hell you think happens here.
I have no clue because Moxley's been the champion long enough. It's time to bid for a new champion, but are they really going to go back to Samoa Joe, or are they waiting for a certain person to finish counting Mount Everest? I don't know. All I know is it's going to be violent with a capital V.
Accurate. I think that's very accurate. Will the Moxley nightmare end or continue? The cage match is supposed to ensure no interference, but with Moxley, he does not care as long as the statement's made. And again, folks, for those that are watching it for the first time, this steel cage actually matters. Not only does it encompass the entire ring, there is no ringside area to walk around. Escape does not mean anything. They can go outside if they want to into the Chicago streets. The match only ends via pinfall or submission inside the ring, inside the steel cage.
Yeah, this is supposed to keep people out.
Hey, you and I both know how well that went down from Illusion with a pair of bolt cutters. I'm just saying.
You know? I don't know, man.
About to say, and we still do.
Do you really do a title change on a Dynamite though, and not a pay-per-view? That's my thing.
Well, Walter, let's just be honest here. This is a special Dynamite, and they treat it like pay-per-views. It's been a pretty damn good show so far. How many title changes, how many moments in history have we seen on special episodes plus pay-per-views? May I remind you, at AEW Dynamite Spring Breakthrough, we got new Trios champions in the main event, and the first Death Note to the Death Riders when the Ops beat them.
To be fair, though, with Toni, every other Dynamite ends up being a special. This one's a good one, but Toni does a lot of damn specials.
Yeah, some of them hold up and some of them don't. Speaking of specials, stay tuned, folks. We got AEW Blockbuster coming up this summer, AEW Fighter Fest, and AEW Grand Slam from Arena, Mexico, all outside the previous schedules of Double or Nothing, Forbidden Door, and all.
I see Wesley say I crave blood. I wonder if now the TNA's chilling out with blood, is AEW going to end up following suit, or are they just going to be the one out?
Well, again, I said before, AEW with the children don't play, the men fucking bleed. So I mean, it's one of those things where hindsight's 20/20. And to also that point, this war of AEW, not just with the Death Riders, but as we know it, the elite so-called thereof. Who the hell gets involved here? Claudio Castagnoli was neutralized. Hook was neutralized. We know there's Hobbs. Shibata was injured. Marina Shafir will die on this mission statement, to Sandy's point that we don't know about, alongside John Moxley. You know Shafir will be looming around that cage like a shark. But also, she scribbled a Nightingale last week and said, Willow said she's going to be the Death Riders' biggest problem. I see Willow. I see Shafir. I see freaking Powerhouse Hobbs. I see the Young Bucks getting involved here because they're trying to get favoritism.
I see anyone that wants to represent AEW needs to be in Samoa Joe's side, because they're literally
fuck hunting. Exactly. Well, this is it, Walter. You came here. What a hell of a night. It is main event time on AEW Dynamite Beach Break as the steel cage lowers down. Justin Roberts, take it away. Oh, boy. Oh, and they are giving them a hell of a lot of time, too. And stay tuned, folks. This will have a overrun. And we will
stay with yeah, they're giving them at least 13 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Look at that. No room for error on that cage.
Exactly.
I hope that cage was reinforced, because these some big bodies about to go back and forth hitting off of it.
Yeah, they might as well be in lethal lockdown when you talk about this former TNA World Champion, because here comes somebody ready to kill somebody from Cincinnati. Here comes Samoa Joe.
Joe is used to cages.
Accurate. Joe and Moxley might literally be two parallels of this business with zero fear and zero fucks and zero regrets.
Usually when Moxley's in a cage or he has an opponent, he's the dangerous one. You can't out-danger freaking Samoa Joe. It's like they're on equal playing field. Usually Moxley has a bit of an edge over somebody in terms of being dangerous, being ruthless. It's Samoa Joe. You're not going to intimidate Samoa Joe, okay? You're not going to look a shark in the face and make him scared.
Hey, John Moxley's point, what can you do to me that hasn't been done to me? I don't fear you. I respect you. We've been in a firefight since day one, Joe. We both took one of our own men, and we both know what this means, and we both know what we want to see for AEW.
What's funny is Joe fits what Moxley's looking for. It's not only this isn't your company anymore, it's like he would fit into the Death Riders.
Well, again, John Moxley said during that close-up, we are one mistake away from sending this business back 20 years. Trust us, we enjoy the damn ride. That ride might end tonight as you see John Moxley and Marina Shafir, the problem with the possession in tow, coming out to the Now Arena tonight. Marina Shafir, I'll say it once, I'll say it again, Walter. She's been the most lethal, dangerous, effective Death Rider since day one alongside this man, since John Moxley said this isn't your company anymore. The four-time AEW World Champion, John Moxley. Oh, boy. The man that literally brought this company out of the dark into the light in front of nobody and reformed, faced his own demons, and literally drinks blood forged in combat, and has now taken this championship hostage and trying to turn AEW what he thought it always was meant to be.
Oh my God, these two are about to go. Look at you, Joe. Hey, Joe has no F's to give. He is just cool as a cucumber in the corner. But when that bell rings, Moxley better watch. His head better be on tight to his shoulder because Joe would knock it off.
Points in the chat that I talked about earlier being brought up here. You got to consider whatever the hell happens here is going to lead to one, if not both things. Anarchy in the arena and blood and guts. And we very much see both of those tonight.
The only thing I hate about the cage is the camera. Like, it's hard to... They have to have room to leave the camera to be inside the cage, because seeing through the cage is an awkward... Or at least use drone cameras or something.
I'm about to say, drone cameras can be cumbersome, too, if you've looked at how many of those have been used in WWE. But to your point, again, it's a steel cage. It's not supposed to look pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see more than enough blood and flesh through that steel tonight, no matter
Or at
what
least...
camera angle we get.
At least have holes in the cage where the camera can fit through, like it's not for the person's feet.
Side.
Yeah.
And Paul Turner, of course, will padlock and chain lock up the door of the steel cage, ensuring, as of right now, nobody will leave. Again, escape means nothing. Only way to win is to get pinfall submission inside the ring. There is no escape.
Two men that think being locked in the cage is fun.
Just another way to spend a Wednesday night.
Right.
Inside 10,000 pounds of steel.
Here we go,
I would
Noah.
not want to be locked in the cage with either of these men. It's like, would you rather? Can I say neither? Bell rings are underway. Here we go, Walter.
All right, filling each other out, but these two know each other already. Well, actually, no. They've never been one-on-one at least not in AEW.
The familiarity's there and clear the respect's there, but to your point, they have never locked up before. We've seen how many Titanic events transpire in the steel cage conclude. Heyman and Page, Swerve Strickland, John Moxley, Kenny Omega. Of course, John Moxley won that night after Kenny Omega.
Don't remind me of the Strickland Adam. Oh.
It's a history, dude. Knife Edge Chop, Wardlow, MJF, Wardlow, Cody Rhodes, Cope, and freaking Malachi Black. Kyle Fletcher, Ospreay this year. Oh, good grief.
Might be Cage of the Year, to be honest.
Yeah, probably. Oh, rolling elbow rocks John Moxley to the corner. The champion staggered for the moment. Again, that cage can be used as a weapon. Face versus the steel and Samoa Joe. We know how slow.
Let's be honest, Noah. That can be, will be used as a weapon.
In this case, you're absolutely correct. In this case, you're absolutely correct. Nick, to your point, Sandy, yeah, Double or Nothing's ended without the AEW World Championship in the main event. It's been anarchy in the arena.
Oh my God, they almost broke through the door already.
Oof!
Holy shit.
Well, again, that's not a super close defined steel chain. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Kazuchika Okada, the current AEW Trios Championships. John Moxley, the current 4-time AEW World Champion, has held this title hostage since giving Bryan Danielson a Warrior's death last year at Wrestle Dream in October. With wins over Orange Cassidy, Switchblade Jay White, Swerve Strickland, and of course, Adam Copeland. That's a headbutt there.
Too bad Shayna has a 90 days, because if you don't think Moxley would use someone like Shayna, he has already.
Here with fucking rule in AEW.
Oh my God.
Jimmy Dunn versus Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale in a friggin' violent street fight. Will Ospreay and Heyman and Page against still to come at Double or Nothing, as Double or Nothing literally is a week away from Sunday, folks. Again, that's Sunday, May 25th. We're coming in here as All In Texas is 59 days away. So please stay tuned when we go.
Yeah, can you believe that? 59 days away. Where the hell is time going?
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. This year has gone crazy fast. We're already over a third way through May. And Samoa Joe drops the elbow on John Moxley's heart cover. And a 2 count.
That elbow is about to be the closest thing to a regular wrestling move we're going to see in this match.
I'm about to say, how long does this stand match versus a blood fight?
Right.
And right now, again, though, John Moxley, you can call him a brawler, you can call him overkill, you can call him messy all you want. He is methodical. He is a student of William Regal as he dissects the legs of Samoa Joe. Bending that knee left and right, Walter.
One thing you can't deny is his intelligence and his ring awareness.
You're not an IWGP World, IWGP United States, WWE, CCW, insert title here, 4-time AEW World Champion without a little bit of intelligence in this game.
The only 4-time champion.
That's right. Now, Samoa Joe become a 2-time World Champion, beat MJF at World's End for his inaugural only run, and lost to Swerve Strickland at Dynasty last year. Figure of our leg lock applied middle of the ring, and again, there's no rope break here inside the steel cage.
Can you believe it's been a year already? Sheesh.
But again, time has freaking flown, period. Time has freaking flown. The body slam, I guess, would be another more normal move. What is this word normal that you speak of?
There ain't nothing normal when it comes to Jon Moxley or Samoa Joe.
To be fair, Walter, I think it's safe to say there is nothing fucking normal about professional wrestling, damn it.
We just saw Zack Gowen wrestle earlier. That's good. Enough said.
Yeah, exactly. As Paul Turner is allowing Jon Moxley to issue the break here. The Ops, of course, are trying to destroy the Death Riders. Again, Clark has no neutralized. Willa Yuta nowhere to be found. Willa Yuta, though, the scrappy last resort, it seems, for the Death Riders, off the ropes, runs into Jon Moxley's combat boot. And Joe down again. That high boot.
Fuck. I just went into picture-in-picture. You got full commercial yet?
No, I got full commercial right now. Jon Moxley controls Samoa Joe in the steel cage with the Death Rider retains. Stay tuned. Funk Television.
Covered by Moxley. Samoa Joe kicked out, shoulder out.
We know it's not going to end here. We know it's not going to end here. We're going to be here for 15, 30 minutes. I don't think this is not going to be a clean, simple steel cage match. I guarantee you.
Of course not, but I can let you know what's going to now. Oh my God. Moxley's literally rigging Joe's head against the steel cage and just rubbing it back and forth. We knew it was a matter of time before that cage was using the weapon. Oh my God, he's cheese gratering his head.
You and I both know how dangerous Samoa Joe is when he bleeds, right? I'm just saying.
He's not bleeding yet. He damn sure just went limp and dropped, though.
And to Sandy's point, the AEW Championship has not main evented Double or Nothing since 2022 when CM Punk beat Heb Man and Page for it.
Oh my God, Bryan Daniel-esque kicks by Jon Moxley in the middle. Samoa Joe is getting amped up, saying, bring it. Oh, he is bleeding now. Is it? Or is that sweat? I can't tell because it's picture-in-picture.
Picture-in-picture is throwing up your vision.
Yeah, like in the camera angle between the cages. I don't know if he's sweating profusely or that's actual blood. I think it's just sweat. Now with these damn elbows into the corner, back at Jon Moxley up. Reverse Irish whip. Moxley throws Joe into the corner, running lariat in the corner. Now he's climbing up. The 10 punches. He's probably going to end up biting him, to be honest. Yeah, nope, he's held it on the cage and just literally rubbing his knee into Samoa Joe's throat.
Again, Jon Moxley said that I'm comfortable here, and whatever you're going to do to me, I'm going to do whatever I want to do with you. Both these men know. I sense disaster.
Death Riders just arrived. Yeah. Claudio, Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah, I'm expecting the Ops and Swerve Strickland to show up here shortly, and Willow Nightingale as well.
There's Willow Nightingale. You just said it. Here's the Ops. Why are they doing this during commercial? What idiots.
I was saying, again, for the people out there, though, it's not so necessarily that. But, yeah, I knew that was not going to waste any time. That's all hell.
Okay, Joe just treated Moxley like a battering ram and ran his head through the cage.
And we all know Jon Moxley bleeds easier than paper mache.
Exactly, but yep, there it is. The Ops and the Death Riders on the outside.
And it's an Infinity War right here, as no one's been able to beat these guys yet.
Guess what, Noah?
What?
Moxley's bleeding on the top of his head after just being rammed into the cage.
I repeat, folks, Jon Moxley is bleeding. We can confirm officially Jon Moxley is bleeding.
And the sky is blue, and the moon it comes out at night.
Jon Moxley's bleeding on Wednesday Night Dynamite. Oh Lord, I love this fucking shit. This is why Wednesdays are my favorite night of the week.
They're in the center of the ring, both on their knees, just hammering each other back and forth with forearms.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be a dog fight, and I didn't even have to call Club War Dog to this.
Moxley's bleeding like right at the top of his head, and then it's just crimson mask all over his face. Ugh. And now he's biting Joe in the nose. Ugh.
He's going rabbit, and the Crimson Mask Award goes to Jon Moxley.
Oh my God! I just got off picture-in-picture now.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I'll probably get back here momentarily, as I'm sure that'll be our last commercial break. And here we are back on AEW Dynamite Beach Break. World Championship on the line. Samoa Joe, John Moxley, Steel Cage, Kyle Castagnoli with bad wrist pounding for that white shirt. Rhea Shafir with a Yuta at ringside.
And just so you know, Joe is not bleeding. That is Moxley's blood on him.
I hear that. And John Moxley, of course, goes to a different gear as we got Powerhouse Hobbs and Willow Nightingale on the other side of the Steel Cage. That'd be a hell of a mixed tag team right there, honestly. Willow Nightingale and Powerhouse Hobbs, I'm just saying.
Pac is injured, right?
Yes, he is. And right now, look at John Moxley fighter and Samoa Joe not giving an inch right now. Lethal combat inside the Steel Cage for the championship.
He is Samoan. He just headbutted Moxley.
Well, I don't know who wins that affair. 3 and a knife-edge chop on the eye.
Ow.
Again, right now, resorting to desperate means right now to survive as John Moxley is looking for higher ground for something. I don't know what.
Damn, that cage is loose.
Yeah, I'm about to say. And John Moxley hooked up by Samoa Joe!
Atomic drop? When's the last time you think you would call that from a Samoa Joe match?
Not from a Samoa Joe match. I've called this combination before. Big boot, up the hand drop, senton drop, cover, back press, hook near leg. Kick out at 2.
God. Oh my God. Moxley's head is ridiculous, dude.
And I'm about to say, the oxygen's got to be depriving here John Moxley as he keeps losing more and more blood.
Look at that camera shot. Oh my God.
Samoa Joe loves it. He loves it.
And the fact that he's bald on top of it makes it 10 times worse.
I stack off the power bomb. They made a kick out, turn into the STF.
What the hell was that power bomb? Damn, he slammed the hell out of Moxley.
You know that Samoa Joe sets it up for that submission every time because of the damage done in the back. Now transitioning into a full crossface. S-grip across the bridge of the nose.
Moxley's trying to make it to the ropes, but that won't mean anything, right?
I don't know exactly in this scenario. I think it does mean something technically because at the end of the day, you are still inside a steel cage, but it's still a wrestling match. Or trying to be like a wrestling match.
Well, we'll find out. He just got to the ropes.
There you go. And again, they do things different here in AEW. And right now, John Moxley braced up against the steel cage, to your point.
No. Better stay away from that corner before he gets you with that muscle buster.
Yeah, he's trying to hook him up. I don't know if he's got him in position yet, though. And again, folks, stay tuned at the Dynamite for Aaron Riff. Say, yeah, no to Q for his AEW Dynamite review. And right now,
why can't Joe get him? I think he's biting him. That's why.
I think he's rigging the eyes right now. Whether or not he's biting him. Oh, I think you're right. I think now he's biting and raping.
Yeah.
Gouging.
That's why, Joe. I'm like, why can't Joe get him?
And Samoa Joe right now, staggered and probably visually impaired, walks into a lariat. John Moxley up the ropes, and Samoa Joe eats a lariat again. Joe does not go down, though. John Moxley is throwing everything he can, Samoa Joe, and Joe won't go down.
Joe's a freaking tank, dude.
He's always been that. Oh, an Ace Crusher! Call it a cutter. How fitting I talk about Ace Steel in Chicago. And John Moxley, cover. Whoa.
What? Wait a minute. Did you notice that? Why would Moxley lift Joe's arm up? That wasn't really a cover.
I think he knew that was not going to beat Samoa Joe, so he wanted to have a setup for the Jujigatami, the cross arm breaker. And you see Joe firmly locking the wrist grip.
Yeah, he's got it locked in. Joe's got to reverse this, man.
And right now, Joe on the mat. And again, John Moxley with that rear naked bulldog choke at the side. Can John Moxley sink that in deep enough?
It's kind of hard when Joe barely has a neck, man. That muscle, he's so built that you can't bulldog check someone without a neck.
That's fair, but he did do it to Tomohiro Ishii. I'm just saying.
Ishii's another one with no neck.
And right now, that S-grip is in deep on the side of Samoa Joe's head. He jumped down twice, but Samoa Joe refusing to die here tonight. John Moxley can't believe it. The hips are up. Samoa Joe staggers up to his feet. Again, the blood allows him to slip out. Hoisting up John Moxley with the Samoan drop. Gets to the midsection. John Moxley. Death Rider!
Paradigm shift or whatever they call that move.
No!
Is it paradigm shift or death rider? What do they call that move?
That is a paradigm shift. Originally, I think it's called Death Rider now, and it did not put Samoa Joe away. The double underhook DDT.
My God, he is bleeding profusely.
And you wonder that was Jon Moxley's last shot in the barrel.
I don't think so. He's sick and he's sick. So
I mean, you can say that about both of these men. Just one's far more cerebral, but again, how sick do you have to be to leave with the AEW World Championship tonight?
he's addicted. So
We're for the Death Rider again. Coquina clutch! Coquina clutch!
in the middle of the mat.
Excellent counter here. Claudio, though, trying to climb the cage to get inside. And Will Nightingale grabbing Shafir, taking Claudio and Shafir down.
Oh man, Claudio landed on Willow.
And right now, Yuta, run boy. Powerhouse got Yuta hooked up. Oh man!
Look out below.
Nagi through the ring announcer's table.
Well, I don't think Wheeler Yuta would be any more trouble for this match.
Yeah, Samoa Joe knows that. Good grab. Good night, Yuta.
Wait, who's that?
Who's that?
Who is that?
Who the hell is that?
Dude! Who
Can
is
we get a shot?
that?
What the hell for the brick? Are you fucking kidding me? The back press, hook their leg, Jon Moxley retains. Who the fuck was that?
I know that's not!
Oh my god! That's Game Kid!
What the?
Game Kid of New Japan Pro Wrestling! The War Dog just fucking helped Jon Moxley retain the championship! He passed Moxley the briefcase! The Powerhouse Hostile...
I don't know. Oh my God, no. What the?
What? Oh, a low blow!
What does Gabe Kidd have to do with... I mean, we know AEW has a relationship with New Japan.
Fuck AEW! He said fuck every company! Gabe Kidd's with the Death Fighters? And Powerhouse Hostile and still ring steps. Now Shafir and Willow
Think about the philosophy of the War Dogs, though. Think about their philosophy. It kind of aligns with Moxley's.
And you know, from dirt, your savage rises up. Jon Moxley with the assist from Gabe Kidd.
I mean, you got to figure that was the Young Bucks doing.
What do the Bucks have to do with it? The Bucks just beat the War Dogs and Resurgent. Now the Young Bucks are back. What the fuck?
Because they want to give Moxley what he wants. They're trying to kiss his ass.
To your point, they are trying to get in the good grade. What the hell is that in Matthew's hand?
Looks like an old ass cell phone. Or a walkie-talkie or something. I don't know what that is.
Walkie-talkie from the Dangerous Alliance as the Young Bucks come into the ring. We did see the Young Bucks in the Death Riders locker room last week. And right now, Nick with the handout.
That's Kenny Omega's music.
That's exactly who that is. I guess we're not the only unexpected arrivals here tonight. Sweet and Miss
What the hell is this Dynamite?
Trigger with a Yuta. And Claudio and Kenny Omega are fighting outside. What the hell? And Okada! Oh, cross punch!
Okada with a sadistic smile.
You cheeky bastard! Okada a shot below the belt. Now delivering Kenny Omega inside the ring.
Oh, that thing that Young Bucks have is the controller to the steel cage.
What?
It's the controls to the steel cage.
Oh no. They want to cage Kenny Omega and Samoa Joe? They're going to be locked inside with the Young Bucks and the Death Riders and Gabe Kidd. It's a
Oh my God. And Gabe Kidd is involved in this?
Wait, it's people might barely just spin it off Kazuchika Okada, but yeah, Kenny Omega and Samoa Joe are trapped.
Holy shit.
Oh, this is bullshit. EVP Peter the Joe. Matthew and Nicholas have made a deal with the AEW World Champion, and it's led to Gabe Kidd. Oh, man. God, what a Death Rider to job.
Can you imagine if Zack Sabre Jr. shows up now? Hey.
You need an army to go after this now. The jury still have the War Dogs are with them, but they got the worst one of them, War Ready Gabe Kidd.
Yeah. No, we talked about not in our bingo card. I would never have said Gabe Kidd in the AEW.
Let alone Gabe Kidd working with the Young Bucks.
Somebody's got to help them. Who can it?
Well, how about a guy that goes buck hunting?
Uh-oh.
Swerve Strickland's in the house.
Well, he's got to climb into a cage that's full of sharks.
You think he gives a damn?
No. Wait, but it's 1 on what? 6? I can't even count right now.
I think it's 1 on 6 as he's trying to get inside the steel cage. And Swerve, what the hell? Swerve Strickland's on top of the steel cage.
What the hell is on his mind?
Stop! Where's everybody out? What the fuck?
What if...
Trying to hoist the cage up, I think.
About time AEW does some good shit. I came back on the Dynamite.
Yeah, you came back one hell of a Dynamite as the Death Riders, the Young Bucks, are scurrying away like cowards. Swerve Strickland said that he would stop at nothing. He would go buck hunting after they cost him the championship. Regardless tonight, folks, Jon Moxley is still the AEW World Champion.
I knew Samoa Joe wasn't winning that.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, last time he was in the steel cage, got his brains made by a steel chair. Yep.
Facts.
Little sadistic psycho mind. But here the hell he is still. Yeah, somehow he's still alive and kicking. I don't know how the fuck that's possible.
Word of the day, sadistic.
Accurate. You realize something? I am the fear. What? Most dangerous man here in AEW. Accurate. With you gentlemen, lady. These gentlemen here and lady. A little bit of anarchy!
We want to cause anarchy. You know what that means.
I think we just booked Double or Nothing. Venus Arizona. Anarchy in the arena.
Oh my God.
Young Bucks, the Death Riders, and Gabe Kidd versus Swerve Strickland, the Ops, and Willow Nightingale has just been made with Kenny Omega as a partner for Double or Nothing.
Swerve has got to work with the man who beat him for the AEW champion.
Yeah, we'll go, what the fuck just happened? Well, this has been a big thing because we have all hell broke loose and bashed out here tonight in the main event. Thanks for tuning in our coverage for Walter Cruz. Welcome back, bro. I'm Noah Foster. Go take Yanodo Q and watch Aaron's review. We'll see you later. Have a good night. This has been AEW Dynamite Beach Break. I don't know what else to say. Have a good night, folks. Damn it.
Gabe Kidd is in AEW. What the?
And he's with the Death Riders and the Young Bucks.
What the fuck is 2025?
I don't fucking know. I've lost all control of my mindset. This is absolutely nothing futz.
Cut the feed, man. Cut the feed. This is crazy.
We'll see you all later on this week. Tune in for the other watch along for the other company. But as far as I'm concerned, make a positive bet to life. Have a good night. This has been AEW Beach Break. Have a good night, folks. AEW, you were fucking insane and sadistic, and I love it. But what the fuck?
You could have gave me 30 guesses. I would have never said Gabe Kidd.
Accurate.